What up, everyone? Chille!
Hello? Hi?
The Chille is here.
Nay!
The good Chille is here.
How are you doing?
Well, my concussion seems to be a little better, so that's a
Well,
good thing. I'm
News?
still feeling a little kind of woozy and a little kind of, how shall I say, kind of lightheaded, a little dizzy when I'm kind of moving fast motion with my head. If I like kind of get up
Okay.
suddenly, I just feel really dizzy. It was a really bad fall I had this morning,
Yeah, that's not good.
but it's definitely way better than it was this morning. This morning it was like vertigo everywhere. Hey, little man, you gonna stay around here? Okay then. But yeah, definitely better than I was this morning. So
Can
that's
they
it.
hear us yet?
I think they can hear us. I don't think they can.
Okay.
Yeah, they can definitely hear you and me. They can hear everything. They've been listening intently to try and figure out what it is that you're about to say that could, incriminate you.
Or me. They might want to incriminate me.
That's what I said. Incriminate you. You are the pony after all. All right. We're live. We are live once more. Happy Thanksgiving,
on Channel
everyone.
4, please don't swear.
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Oh,
I cooked a load of food and it was delicious.
oh, awesome.
So,
Let me put your volume up a little bit more. Try say something, Mr. Nay.
nay! I mean, hi.
Yeah, you're good.
Brandon, you were at that Twitter exchange last night with a certain person. It took me a lot not to jump in, and yeah, I saw your discussion with a certain person last night. You and
Like, what's going
some
on?
other
Details. Without the details.
Brandon's talked about the Twitter exchange was intense about pronouns.
Oh, with me and the other person.
Yeah,
Yeah, that got a bit crazy, didn't it?
yeah, that went really dark, really fast.
I know.
Like, it was like there's no dimmer switch. He just went out and hit the switch and turned the lights off.
I mean,
Ah,
it's crazy.
yeah.
I still stand by that. I'm right.
I mean, I would say you were right too, but that's just me.
It was
Trust me, it took me a lot not to get involved because I was tempted to say something.
See, this is the good thing about having
that
a
would
concussion.
have probably got me in trouble.
This is the good thing about having a concussion. My off switch, my filter switch, for some reason today, was so off. Even when I was talking to my colleagues at work, they were like, "Okay, dude, you're not speaking to any project manager, any account manager. You're not speaking to anyone today."
Is that why you've got me here?
Oh yes.
You planned this in advance.
Oh man,
Don't plan stuff like that in advance.
it was crazy. It's like even when the project managers were looking for me today, they were like, "Yeah, he's in a meeting. He's here. He's there."
Yeah.
They just wouldn't let me speak to anyone because my note F's given button filter was completely active. And turns out, I mean, you saw today in the debate in that thread.
Yeah.
Welcome everyone. But man, yeah, those were some interesting discussions
Right,
today.
Oh, it's cleared already.
What's clear?
Sorry.
Oh really? It's
Almost.
been cleared. Oh shoot! That's gonna. Oh damn! Hold on. Don't want to.
Sorry, I just saw on
blitz my finger.
Twitter.
Oh, so the world
I
first
don't
has
know what the
happened.
yeah, the world first has happened.
I mean, it only took 3 days, right?
Or is it fake? I think it's fake. Yeah, I think it's fake. Damn it.
Is it fake?
Maybe. I don't know. Everyone's saying grats, but the link they gave to. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's fake. Everyone's saying grats, but I think it's not real.
Hey,
Okay.
why so serious?
I think everyone's fallen for it. So.
We need more content with Rin and I forgot her name now. Nope, the name eludes me. I'm still not all there today. Gaia. Yeah, my brain isn't even focusing all day today. Since this morning, it's been really weird because I'm just forgetting so basic stuff. Like even like when I went to pick up my kids today from Blue, I've never ever forgotten my phone at home. The first time I forget my phone at home, she's decided to run into Marks and Spencer's because it's so cold, and I had no way of knowing.
Oh wow!
Like it's been a really interesting day today, be it on X, be it just in my normal life, be it in my work life. So yeah, I mean, I am forgetting a few like really basic stuff, but I'm hoping by tomorrow my modem will reset and everything will be back to normal. For those in chat a little confused, I had a little accident this morning. Well, I was involved in an accident and got a bit of a mild concussion. It was really amusing because when we came home, the wife checked up on the NHS's website to see what the symptoms are, and there's like 10 symptoms. And I said, yep, I checked. She listed them all, and I checked off all 9 of them except for 1. And she was like, well, at least it's not all 10. And then like an hour later, I'm like, hon, you could check off the 10th one. My ears are ringing.
Ah.
But I'm good. I'm good now. I'm good. I mean, I'm cheerful. I'm happy. And having a no-fill today definitely was a very, very interesting day for me. Tencent doing it the communist way? Well, Tencent is doing everything.
Yeah, I saw that they've made a forbidden clone, which...
Look, it's not...
I know someone said, why would they try and copy a trash game? I actually liked the first Horizon game. I didn't play the sequel, but I did enjoy Horizon.
Zero Dawn was great.
So,
Forbidden West was not great. Burning Shores was great. I don't know where they went wrong with Forbidden West. I think it was just the bloat. There was not enough real interesting story, and they tried to pad that with the actual kind of just collectibles. And what made it worse was the fact that for about 3 months it was bugged. So all the collectibles that let's say for example you spent 4 hours going around the map and collecting all the collectibles, right? You saved your game. You came back the next day. Every single collectible on the map is there again, and it looks like you haven't touched anything. I mean, that actually stopped me from playing the game for about 5 months.
Now imagine if that was an Ubisoft game, though. Imagine. Oh
yeah, they'd have been crucified. By the way, Chuck, can you hear Chille well? Can you hear him good?
By the way, thank you. Why so serious? Why so shit, Sarah? Is Chille the coolest pony on YouTube?
He is.
I'm sure there are cooler ponies out there.
There is none. You are definitely the coolest pony there is. You actually have. You actually have some common sense. Can't give you too much credit. You are a pony still.
No. Yeah.
That's why I have to say.
I just got an Xbox saddle. My saddle is green.
Have you seen that new Xbox keyboard that 8BitDo released?
No, I haven't. I heard about it. I saw it on Twitter, but I didn't see it.
It's like $120, but it's expensive.
I mean, that's not worse.
It's not worse,
bad,
but
really.
it's for just a mechanical keyboard. It's a bit pricey. Let me see if I can find it. I saw Tom Warren posting about it today like crazy.
I like the fact that I see on my trending Tencent and then Kid Boo. Yes. Both chaos. Oh, is 8-bit do retro keyboard?
I think that's the one.
$119.
Yeah, that's the one. Send it to me in the private chat thing. That you should see on the right hand side. And I can put it on screen.
I don't think it's just a normal keyboard because it has some weird stuff as well.
If I say to myself that it's a normal keyboard, then I can say it's overpriced, and I don't need to buy it.
Because I don't even know what that is. What are those?
He's not sending it, chat. He's not doing it.
I did. I sent it. Oh, in here. Take it. I sent it on Discord. Sorry.
Ah.
There's an Xbox button. That's what you're paying. You're paying $20 for an Xbox button.
So this is the keyboard.
I mean, it has a built-in some cool stuff. I don't know what those are though. A B. What?
I don't think so, Paul. But if you've been around social media today, you'll have seen Dreamcast guy strangling himself with the controller cables. It's doing the rounds at the moment. Poor guy. He must have been
Nothing
really
of
off his
value
head.
was lost. Wait, what? Sorry.
I think that was the time when he must have been like full on messed out. There's no way any sane person would be doing that. He was literally trying to give himself bondage.
Look, I don't kink shame, so
that's the keyboard, folks. It looks kind of nice. I like it. Look, it looks cool.
okay. They're the dual super buttons. That's what they're called.
These.
The 8-bit duo dual super
What are
buttons
these
offer
for,
large programmable keys to assign macros or other functions instantly. No software required. But I don't know how you program it with no software, but supposedly it has no software required. Connects up to 4 sets of those keys, so you can have up to 4 of those to macro stuff.
I suspect there's a combination you press on these to record it.
Yeah.
See, it's proper retro original Xbox.
There is software that you can get though.
Hey, subs, Rogdal.
'Cause I'm looking at the Amazon page. Oh, it has RGB. Ooh. It's aluminium. So there's that. I don't know anything about keyboards, but it's jellyfish powered.
You see how we say the word aluminium correctly?
Yeah.
We say it correctly.
I really hope I said it correctly.
We did. Aluminium.
Okay.
They say it aluminum.
That sounds so weird.
I know it does. Although I actually heard someone pronouncing BMW, Volkswagen, and one of the other cars in their actual correct pronunciations. Mercedes. My God, if you hear the actual legit pronunciations, it's so weird. It's so weird. No wonder the Germans think we're weird when we pronounce it.
To be fair, I'm sorry if there's any Germans in the chat, but most of the stuff that Germans say just sound very angry. Most of the time,
like
anyway.
we say Mercedes, they say it very similar to how we say it in Turkish. Mercedes.
Okay. Ah.
But they kind of, in German, they kind of elongate the R a little bit more. Mercedes.
Yeah. Make it sound a little bit more angry.
But the W they actually pronounce as V, so they call it BMW. Because W is pronounced as V.
I mean, that would make sense, right? British. Well, I know it's German, but it'd be British motor vehicle. There's no W in vehicle. So V makes more sense than W, in my opinion.
When I heard it yesterday, I was like, that actually, like, there's no way I would ever think. Like, if I heard that as someone just pronouncing it, just talking about the vehicles, and they actually said it in their German dialect, and read it out in the German words, there's no way I would ever know what the car they're talking about.
Paul says he's from he is Australian. He's from, I'm sorry if I say this wrong, Salzburg. And also Powerboss said there's an A and B on the right side of the space bar. You want it for that.
There is, but it's missing an X and Y. There's an A and B here. I'm guessing that's what the macro
I mean, if only we had those on the keyboard already. Oh, I guess we have A and B anyway, but still. My sarcasm
what did they
didn't work
replace?
there.
They replaced the Windows key and the function key.
Yeah, because they've got their own Windows key, haven't they, at the top? It's got its own special Windows key.
Did you hear how Microsoft did the world a favor? Did anyone hear how Microsoft did the world a favor?
By doing what?
If you have Windows 11 and the latest update, it could brick your machine running a Ubisoft game.
Oh, wow.
That's not a joke. It could brick your PC. Now, for those that haven't actually got the update, Windows will actually scan your hard drive looking for a Ubisoft game, the ones that are affected by it, and if it finds it, it blocks the install.
Oh, wow.
That change to Rust did not go as they planned, and there's no ETA for the fix either, by the way. Ubisoft cannot be happy about this. It's Austrian, not Australian.
Austrian, sorry. They speak German.
Yeah, they do.
Nice. I'm guessing those A and B buttons are how you program the super macro buttons. Maybe, but there is also, on the Amazon website, there is software to macro. So even though it says it does not need software, there is software.
I mean, there has to be, right?
Yeah. I'm guessing they might have some default stuff that's on them already. And then you have the macros, I guess.
You know what I miss?
What?
Let me see if I can find it. I miss this. We need controllers like this. This is what we need, folks. We need.
Oh, I had one of those.
Companies to come out. There was only, I think, 500 of these.
Well, not that, but I had like
worldwide.
the pedal for the. I used to have a racing one.
This was like a full-on mech thing. The average person on over here on the right-hand side, this over here, this little flap. The average person broke it. It was the first thing to break because if you didn't eject yourself from the mech, your character dies and you lose your progress.
Oh wow!
So everyone's like, smash the fucking thing. Why not just leave it open?
It's not like this, but one of my coolest experiences, it was I'd done it somewhere else, but I also remember the Millennium Dome, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's how old I am. 24 years ago, they hollowed out a Subaru, right? And inside the engine of the car, there was a PC, and the windscreens were replaced by monitors, and then you could play one of the, I think it's like an old V-Rally game, you were inside the car, and the pedals that were plugged into the PC, and it was all built up so that like you were driving the car while in the car.
Yeah, I mean, in Japan,
that was cool.
They actually were using Gran Turismo 6, I believe, at the time, to do driving tests.
Yeah.
In like a virtual car and a virtual screen.
I think I've done it one more time since then, but like that was the time I remembered.
What's up, Diablo? By the way, anyone that's seen my new videos, what do you think of the drop? Pretty cool? No? Crap? You don't like it? You like it? Needs to go? Keep it in?
Don't think I've seen it yet. I need to catch it.
It's only like 4 seconds, so it's really short, but it's enough. But yeah, I've actually got this whole thing. Obviously, the game requires a network connection, and it's now offline, so you can't play it. So the whole thing's a dud. You know,
that's a shame.
Always online crap. But yeah, I've actually got this somewhere in the storage locked away. It's really cool. I mean, I loved it. You had to kind of like flip when you first started it. You had to flip these switches just to put it on. It was in neutral, then you had to put it into first. Put the button combinations in just to start it up. It was cool.
That is pretty cool.
And you're just inside a first-person mech going around it. It was amazing. Yeah, Bags, it was it was a hell of a time. I mean, they'll probably move to GT7 now, to be fair. But
It depends on if depends on if the quality is good enough. Maybe there was something better about the fit. You never know. Sometimes they use some of the older games instead of moving to the newer one just because the physics are better in the previous one.
I mean, if they lost internet connection, then you can't really run GT7 as well, so that might be a problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
You get stuck with one car. That was quite funny. But Chille, I heard that you just might be interested in this. Being a pony yourself, this is definitely right up your street. It is only $3.50, so probably about $2.99 here in the UK on Steam. And I know you're a massive Steam lover, but you know, Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League is now $3.
And it's discounted on PlayStation as well, isn't it?
Probably. They're actually giving away at this point. Well, they did.
I'm not gonna lie. I'd be tempted. I nearly bought it on PlayStation when I saw the discount, but it's not as cheap on PlayStation as it is on PC. But that's because of the, I don't know. 1 second. It's £6.39.
Oh, you're getting ripped
Sorry,
off.
no. Yeah.
I'm about to pay us to play.
I know that's the upgrade. Sorry, I think it's like £19 in total.
Hey, Susano, what are you sorry about?
But yeah, no, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, it's £19 on PlayStation, so it's a lot cheaper on PC. I'd be tempted. Not gonna lie. I enjoyed why I played in the beta.
Why so serious? Played £70 for it.
Yeah. I know some people have paid a lot of money for it.
Hey, look, why so serious? All I'm gonna say is, I know you might feel bad for paying $70 for this game, but XCloud paid $210 and bought Concord 3 times. I'm just gonna put that out there. Wait, it wasn't $70 for that game, was it? But he still bought Concord 3 times.
Yeah.
Physical, so he couldn't even return it.
No, you could return the physical, right? I thought they did physical returns.
Digital returns only. The shop has to accept it. If the shop doesn't accept it, they don't. The shop is under no obligation to take it back. The sale is final. Digital, you can get your money back. But physical, they were under no obligation.
No, I think Sony pushed forward that you could send it to them.
I mean, I never heard that, but if they did say that, I'm guessing people like me didn't hear about it. It wasn't made very public.
It was stop sending the game and offers refund to those who purchase digital and physical copies directly from PlayStation or third-party retailers. They had to, if you brought in your receipt and you had bought Concord, they had to refund you.
The Dreamcast guy still tries to log in. I actually would believe it. I would totally believe it.
He's going to use his YouTube money to fund third parties' illegal servers so they can continue playing it. He's going to try and homebrew Concord servers.
So apparently, right? Hear this out, chat. Hear this out.
Yeah.
I said in one of my previous streams, or is it? No, it was in my video talking about Sony and Kadokawa. That, in my opinion, if the deal goes through, Sony will make the games exclusive. Right?
They will. Well,
and I've said I don't care if they're exclusive, because, like, me personally, it doesn't.
Exclusive.
As in exclusive to PlayStation console. For console.
I'm going to say, because I do feel like, even though they said that games will come, the PC will be day and date with console. I think.
And I said, the only thing that I'm concerned about is the anime side.
maybe-
Sony doesn't need any more controlling rights in the West when it comes to the anime. They would pretty much have a monopoly. But apparently, me saying that I don't care if Sony buys Kadokawa from Software is me coping.
I mean,
I think it's got a weird definition of me coping.
yeah, I saw that clip that people have used of you with the weird sounds in the background.
But
Yeah.
where am I coping?
Oh.
Where was I coping? I don't get it.
How dare you support Sony, you Microsoft fanboy? Did I get that right?
Well, now. Someone's going to clip that. We can't have that. Quick, eject.
Someone's going to clip any of this. You know that. People, I've seen your clip, people's clips for you. People come in and cut like the tiniest amount of sentence you say just to make it sound like something completely different.
Mm-hmm. And you know what?
Hi, everyone. You're not going to clip me though, because I'm a nobody. But still, hi.
And do you know what I say to that?
I want to say that.
The fact that I live
Links in the
rent-free in their
description.
heads means
Okay.
I've already won. You know that bison scene with Chun-Li? For you,
Yeah.
the day chaos graced your world was the most important day of your life. But for me, it was Tuesday.
But for me, it was Thursday.
It's interesting because I couldn't care less what they say, but the fact is, the fact that I'm living rent free in on their heads is really, really funny. It's interesting.
Sapphire, Bungie was another Bungie. Sony was actually probably worse. Probably Bungie just screwed themselves over. That has nothing to do with Sony. Because if Sony had forced their way into Bungie, people would then complain that Sony was being too harsh with Bungie. But because Sony let Bungie do what they wanted to do, Sony's now being told off for not doing stuff, controlling Bungie. So in reality, Sony was screwed no matter what with that purchase.
I mean, to be fair,
Because Bungie lied.
but they knew so Bungie lied, right? They would have seen the papers. They would have given it to their lawyers and their finance people. They know that those numbers were fudged, but they were so eager to react to Microsoft buying ABK that they just didn't care. But at the same time, it is still Sony's responsibility to oversee the company, even if it is from an overseeing role, to make sure the business is running in the way it should do. To throw off all responsibility is not it. Because you still paid $3.6 billion. That's not like pocket change. Maybe for Microsoft, but not for Sony. That's not just money you find lying around.
Not for most companies, should we say. Most companies, that's not pocket change.
So to
There's
turn
only a
around
few
and
companies
say,
out there that...
you know, oh, we left them completely autonomous. No, you don't do that. You have to take some responsibility.
No.
You've just got to. And, you know, I know the ponies were trying to wash their hands with it. Are you sitting? Do you genuinely believe that after paying $3.6 billion, the CEO of Sony, whoever it was at the time when this deal went through, probably Jim Ryan, I guess?
Yeah, Jim Ryan would have been
turned
there, right?
Turned around and said, yeah, you guys can do whatever the hell you like. Or would it have been in the background? All right, on the front page, on front facing,
I don't know.
You guys got autonomy. But if we tell you to jump, you're going to jump. And if we tell you we want you to shrink your your overall revenue, your overburn, you can do that how you like, but we're telling you that it needs to be done, so you got to get it done.
I mean, they're the ones that asked them for help on all their projects, so...
And we saw how that turned. Clearly, Bungie went in and said, this Spider-Man game looks really, really bad, right, guys? But it looks really... Right, guys? But it looks really... If you say the word good, I see you. And they're like, yeah, it looks bad. And then they went to factions and it was like, man, this looks really bad, right, guys? And then they came to Concord.
Who wants to play this?
And then
Who
they came
wants
to
play
Concord.
a survival online game?
And then
Nobody ever buys those.
Then they came to Concord. That's the one, guys, right? That's the one that's going to make us look good. That's the one that's going to make us look good. What's your thoughts on Shuhei? Yoshida leaving PlayStation. Because some people are saying he was drop kicked out, John Cena'd out. I personally think he thought it was time for a change. He's seen the changes at Sony. This is my opinion. He's seen the changes at Sony. He's probably not very fond of the way it's going, and considering he's kind of been relegated down the pecking order, more or less, over the years, I think he just wants to take a more easier approach and look for something a little less stressful, and has decided to part ways in search for something new. Probably working, as someone said, in for an interview in February, Phil Spencer.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. And that would help with the Japanese side of Microsoft as well. Having a face like that in the development on their side. But yeah, no. He didn't hate God of War. Like, he got a chance to play God of War in 2018 and he really hated it. Like, it's been a long time coming for him and Sony. It's been back and forth for at least at least for like 7 years. So yeah,
this is where it is. Phil Spencer says, "Congrats on an amazing career at PlayStation. You've always been a great advocate for the industry, for creators, and for players. Because you've done a lot for indie developers and helped them out a lot. I've appreciated the time we've been able to spend talking gaming. Thank you, Yospi. The part he left off, I look forward to seeing you in the office in February." At least the guy's got a nice sense of humor. I'll give him that.
Yeah, and he responded while laughing, so it might happen. It might. Who knows? Maybe he won't even join him as an actual staff member, but as a, words are hard. He's probably not going to maybe work it for them, but yeah. Imagine if he goes to Nintendo though. That'd be great.
Look, I know what you're saying, but I'm just gonna put that there.
Yeah.
It's already a signed deal, man.
Yeah.
Of course, someone is going to clip that and say, "I'm coping."
I like God of War 2018, and Ragnarok. I am a sucker for just because it has one of my favorite YouTubers in. So.
Who?
Why do I always forget his name? Off the top of my
Ragnarok?
Head? Yeah.
I think I got to an area where it's like all greenish white in Ragnarok. I got so bored of it. But I think it's Asgard.
I love the YouTuber, but I see him on my. I see him all the time. And
Ragnarok is not better than 2018. 2018 was a better game.
Give me 1 second, because he's one of the only people in the world that I actually subscribe to on Patreon, because I pay for him to eat food.
2018 was amazing, but Ragnarok, I just got bored. But the story was better.
ProZD.
The journey was better.
ProZD, by the way, Chaos.
ProZD.
Yeah.
Never heard of him.
He plays the squirrel in Ragnarok.
Poor guy. But at least I got to play.
Yeah. I enjoy his YouTubes. He does a lot of funny skits and stuff, so. But he also does like food videos where he's like he buys everything of one product and tries them all on video. Like there's one where he tried 14 different types of Spam. I think there's one with like loads of different Doritos or whatever. Like he tries all the different foods, all the different types of the snack he can find on the video.
Did you play 2018 and Ragnarok?
What's that? Sorry.
Did you play God of War 2018 and Ragnarok?
I played 2018 and Ragnarok, but I don't think I finished Ragnarok because
It was boring.
no, that I hurt myself while I was still playing through it, so I never went back.
So what you're saying is you purposefully hurt yourself so you wouldn't have to force yourself through Ragnarok.
Zogdrel, though the video is one, I don't think he actually eats it all in one sitting. I think he actually splits up over time, but then edits it together. I think, but I haven't watched that one yet. So, for some of them, he eats it over time and puts it into one video. But yeah, no, Ragnarok, yeah.
You got bored of it, right?
I can't remember why I stopped playing it, to be honest.
Everyone stops playing it because it gets boring. It's like every scene that could be done in 10, 15 seconds spends 5 minutes. Whereas in God of War, the original, 2018, if it was 5 minutes, it actually needed to be 5 minutes. If it was 3 minutes, it needed to be 3 minutes. In Ragnarok, if it needs to be 30 seconds, it's going to take 4 minutes. There was just so much pointlessness to that game of padding. It just made it so boring. And then they constantly had that usual thing. Oh, I could tell you and help you, but you got to do something for me first. It's like, bitch, I'm Kratos. I'll
Please
snap
go
you
do
in
a side
half.
quest.
I'll snap you in half and make you tell me afterwards. What are we doing here? You know.
Sorry, as we're talking about God of War, I'm looking at I've got the Pandora's Box edition of God of War on one of my shelves. Next to my Helghast helmet.
Your son's missing. You're trying to find your son, and the guy's like, I could help you, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to make you do a side quest first, and then I'm going to tell you. You think Kratos is going to stand there and go, yes, sir, please, sir, can I have some more? It was just... it just didn't work. And I found myself facepalming more than I needed to. See,
God of War, any Xbox IP. No,
no.
I enjoyed God of War, but no.
No. This is the thing, right? This is the thing. The moment Bags has to say that, he's already lost.
Okay.
Because he has no literal defense to what I said. And the only thing he can come back with is to try and insult Xbox. The moment you try to do that, you've already lost the battle. And I win. It's unfortunate, Bags, but that's another L you're going to have to take. The moment you did that, I've already won. 100%.
It's still not the worst God of War, though.
I wouldn't say it's the worst God of War.
That's the multiplayer one. Remember that one?
Oh, yeah. Oh, no.
That was the worst God of War.
Why? Why would you do this to me? Let's see if I can bring it up.
Ascension, right?
It's Ascension, yeah.
I hate the fact that I remember it. I remember beta testing it, and I'm like, this is bad. Is one of my comments I sent to Sony. I'm like, why are you doing this? This is bad.
Do you know what? I remember doing something similar with Forspoken. Their PR team got in touch with me and said, what did I think of the demo? Of the game, because they sent me a free review code to, stream or play and give an opinion on it. And the first question I said to them was, who the fudge put that demo out? Because the base game is miles better than what that demo was. The demo killed the game. I was like, whoever released that demo should be fired. They literally murdered a perfectly good game.
I mean, that's the downside of demos, though, right? Because
no, but that demo
spoilers
was
for anyone that
extremely
doesn't
bad.
know, but demos are pains in the ass
extremely
for
bad,
developers. It was.
It was extremely bad.
Developers hate demos.
It threw you into the deep end without telling you anything about any of the mechanics. Like, it was ridiculously bad. But yeah, this is Ascension.
Warning.
Is there any gameplay to this? I mean, the trailers made it look so good, and then you actually started playing. And then you started playing, and then that's when it didn't.
Yeah, then you did want to play it.
Yeah. I'm just gonna take the music off because I'll be demonetized. Wasn't this on a PSP and the PS3?
No, I thought that... Was it PS? I thought it was PS3.
There was one on the PSP as well, right?
Yeah, there was one on Chains of Sparta, right?
That's what it was.
And there was also another one that came out on the Vita, I think.
It looks like they're doing
Goat Simulator 3,
God
God of
collection
Snore.
anyway.
I loved Goat Simulator 3, so I have my collector's edition of Goat Simulator 3. Well, it's sealed still with the little plushie. Oh, both PSP. Thanks, Powerboss. Chains of Olympus and Ghost of Sparta. That looked a bit like Anima from Final Fantasy X, not gonna lie.
What up, Arthur?
Only on PlayStation.
Oh, did you see what Sony have done?
What?
With
Which one?
Silent Hill.
Oh, no.
So, no, not Silent Hill, Resident Evil 4.
No.
They say it was originally released, Resident Evil 4 was born on the PS2.
Oh, wasn't it exclusive to the GameCube?
It was. It was.
Okay.
But
Because
they
it even had
passed
the GameCube controller.
Yeah, but they passed it off as it was born on the PS2. Just like they fabricated those 5 extra million console sales overnight.
Yeah.
That was amazing. Nah, they did not. They did not just magically come up with that number as soon as Nintendo got close to it. Give me one good reason why they
wouldn't.
wouldn't
146
announce it.
million, right?
That was from like over almost 2 years ago. Nintendo just
That's the
hasn't
last
released
number we know.
Yeah, they've gone way past that. If you look at the MPDs alone, they've gone way past that. They've been selling like 150, 200k a month. And 146 was from like 2 years ago.
No, I don't think it was that long ago.
It was
September. Yeah, September.
And if you go back, it was still 146. Nintendo just
September
hasn't updated.
2024. Updated Nintendo.co.Japan.
It was from 23 as well. Harmon is pissed off. Why is Harmon pissed off?
By the way, talking about Nintendo, you like old consoles, right?
I do.
Do you want me? I just have it on a chair. I'd never use it. Do you want me to send you my special Wii U?
Why not?
It has no Wi-Fi. You have to.
How do you use it?
The controller has a special connector where you have an RF cable that plugs in from the controller to the Wii U, and it has an Ethernet slot on the controller, so you have to plug both into the console to make it work.
That's insane.
Yeah.
How the hell did you manage?
It wasn't
to get
supposed
that?
to be sold. So.
Why don't you just put it in like a unit or something? You know, for
No, you really
display
should.
piece.
Yeah. Because it wasn't supposed to be ever sold, but I have it.
You mean like my super elusive test PS2 that can run any unsigned code that I wasn't supposed to have?
Yeah.
That's up. That's I think it might be upstairs, or it's in my
This
in
was-
storage.
This was from the same friend that had the PS3 drop off. No, was it a PS3? I think it was the PS4 actually that dropped out of the shelf before it
I
got
wonder
released
how
as
much
well.
incrimination is happening here.
Well,
There is a lot of
in my defense,
self-incriminating happening right now.
in my defense, okay. That PS4, by the way, that PS4 got returned. what happened was...
Yeah, so did my PS2, by the way.
No, you're joking. But no, he really did. He found out. Basically, he used to, store units.
Yeah.
Basically, him and his father were the people that would put the units into stores around the country in England. Yeah. And he even back then, his dad was like in his late 50s, right? So the PS4 stand was really heavy. So they asked the employees if they would help them carry, because the lift was broken. I think it was in Manchester, like the Manchester game at the time. Mm-hmm. So they asked the employees if they would help them lift the stuff up the stairs, so that they can put it in the store, because it was so that people could try the console early. And they said sure. Anyway, then him and his father were pushing it up, and the employees just stood and looked at them the entire time. That didn't help at all. Anyway, halfway up the stairs, his dad's hand slipped, and it slid down the stairs, and the booth broke. So they had to take it back to the office to like return it. But my mate just took the PS4 out, and we plugged it in and gave it a try before anyone else. And then Sony picked up the next day. So, yeah.
I remember when I was working at Sega at the time, and we had to do it because obviously when you're doing testing, it's all in a controlled environment. And I think it was the 360 or the PS3. I think it might have been the PS3, but it hadn't been released yet in the UK. So we were just, testing the games to make sure they were ready for launch. But we had to, towards the end of the life cycle, we needed to do testing at home, outside of the network. So they gave the PS3 test kits to about 3 or 4 of us that were trusted enough to not run off with it into the, sunset with, and that we wouldn't call our friends around and stuff like that so they could see it, because we had to sign NDAs and all sorts of shit to make sure that any reveal or any photos or anything like that, we're liable for it. Sony were really, really strict with this stuff. They wouldn't even let us. Someone tried to record the startup logo screen, and as they were recording, they almost got fired for it. So it's really, really strict stuff. Anyway, we took it home.
Sony has always been strict.
And I can't remember what I was testing at the time. I think it might have been either virtual tennis or something. It's either a racing game or a sports game. And
I found the Call of Duty games also got ported to the new consoles really early. So
one of my friends came round, and I was like standing at the door, and it's really awkward because I've got no reason not to invite him in, considering he's just driven about half an hour to get here unannounced. But he does it all the time. I just didn't expect him to do it on the day.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I mean, it's not unannounced if he expected him on the day.
I didn't expect him on the day. No, I don't expect him. He just does that every so often. And, because he's a close family friend, there's no reason why I wouldn't let him in. Yeah. But I can't really let him in because the PS3's in the living room, on the floor, for everyone to see.
You can come in, friend, but before you come in, here are some headphones and a blindfold, and you can come in once you've put them on.
Mate, it wasn't even that. He came in as soon as he saw the PS3. That's it. He lost it. There was like another 6 people that came around within 20 minutes. I had to pack the bloody thing away.
Yeah, I posted pictures of me playing on one of my Slacks back then, because we had Slack, but I didn't post it on social media because I'm like, I don't want Sony to know that I'm, because they had the PS4 reveal that night, for press to play. The press first hands on was like in 5 hours after I was trying this. I'm like, I'm already.
Let me just type
the weirdest part. Yeah.
Powerboss, I have heard that allegation. It doesn't surprise me that allegations of that kind are coming out, especially after what Elon Musk did with the latest British petition, which apparently he boosted above 2 million, because he's now poised to tear down the British government. But it wouldn't surprise me if those allegations actually stemmed from him.
Yeah. Because weren't a lot of those people in the petition not real?
Apparently, they were all boosted by Elon Musk.
Yeah.
Like 80%, 90% of it was boosted by Elon Musk.
Yeah.
In his bid to try and destabilize the UK.
So he can rule it.
I mean, that he's crazy. So, yes, I've heard the allegations, but until it's proven, I'm just going to take it as a symbol of X being X. I mean, one of my friends on X put Blue Sky Link in their bio on X, and they instantly became a shadow banned, removing it, and their shadow ban got taken off. So much for free speech, right? Free speech only when it's in his favor.
Yeah.
Free speech only when it supports the X owner. But if it, anything that goes against Elon and his crusade, it is no longer free speech. I mean, the UK is in trouble. It doesn't need Elon stepping in and doing any more damage. I mean, that's all I'm going to say. Chille.
Yeah.
What do you think of this? Do you think it's going to? Do you think it's going to happen?
Yeah. Well, Kadokawa wants it to happen, so yes, it's going to happen.
Well, this is the thing. Sony doesn't want to buy the whole of Kadokawa. They want to buy aspects, and Kadokawa is saying, "You're either all in, or there's no merger."
In which case, it's all in. I feel like even if Sony doesn't want to go all in, they want the anime stuff enough that they will.
The problem is, their share price has quadrupled since this announcement. I don't know if Sony can afford it. I mean, at the original price, I think Sony were well within like 5 billion. But
I mean, if Kadokawa really wants them, Sony will probably just sell them at the original price.
So down to Kadokawa.
Yeah.
It's down to the other shareholders.
Yeah.
And money talks. The Sony is poised. They don't.
The shareholders don't want, because the people in Microsoft maybe, but I don't think Microsoft really actually wants it. But the other one was, wasn't it Kawara?
So,
there was another company.
Kakao.
But they really don't want them to sell to that, and I'm going to guess Tencent is going to be involved as well.
Well, Tencent is involved.
Because they always are.
They've already got a percentage of the company already.
Yeah.
I mean, they've got a hand in everything. The problem is, right now, Kakao can move in for a hostile takeover.
Yeah.
They're in that position where they can do that, and there's nothing Kadokawa can do to stop it, which is why they're very desperate right now to sell it to Sony.
Yeah.
But they're not willing to sell parts of it to Sony, because then the other parts are going to get screwed over and either be disbanded and made jobless, or be fished out to Kakao if they want it, and that's something that Kadokawa doesn't want. So they're kind of like an all package deal right now. You either take the whole package or you don't. Now, like I said in my video, which clearly some people that were watching
go check out his video. I haven't watched it yet. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine, because all I said in the message I gave in that video was, if Sony don't want to buy the whole thing, then Kadokawa has to decide which of the lesser of two evils are they going to go to, or three evils. They're either going to go and get a hostile takeover, they're going to let Tencent take over, or they're going to let Microsoft take over. Now, if they don't want, they're adamant they don't want Kakao to take over, so that's obvious. So they're out of the equation, unless they do a hostile. This is assuming Sony won't buy them, by the way. Sony has first dibs. Regardless of how much money is involved, Kadokawa wants to stay in Japan as the governing body, and they want to keep it in Japan. So Sony clearly has first dibs here. But I am assuming that Sony cannot afford it, or they're not willing to pay for the whole thing. Kadokawa will have to choose one of the lesser of two evils, which is Tencent, China, or Microsoft in the US, instead of selling to Kakao, the Koreans. That's what I said in my video. Apparently, I'm coping that Microsoft is going to buy them. I swear, these ponies that watch these videos, I don't know what it is, what they're smoking, and what they're taking, or what drugs they're on. Because they must be on some weird shit if they're hearing me saying something I'm not saying.
They hear Microsoft and then instantly attack you.
Yeah.
That's their trigger word. They don't hear anything else afterwards or before it. They just hear Microsoft and then suddenly the universe forms around it.
I mean, never say never. There's no reason why they can't.
And the Japanese economy is in trouble right now, so Microsoft, Japan would probably like the extra money. So.
Dreamcast guy said Sony get 30% of all Game Pass? How did they get 30% of all Game Pass? That makes no sense.
I can say Game Pass is even on PlayStation, so that'd be impressive.
That makes no sense.
Yeah, well, to be fair, you add the word censored Dreamcast guy. That most of the time that doesn't work anyway.
That is true. I mean, Neon Koi's gone.
I hate the fact that his name is Dreamcast
Firewalker's
guy.
gone.
I'm sorry.
I mean, he used to cover the Dreamcast. That's where he actually started.
Yeah, and the problem is that if he talks about this about other things, I'm worried. I don't. Dreamcast was one of the greatest consoles of all time. Died too early.
Who even brought Microsoft into this? Microsoft has registered interest in the company. They've let Kadokawa know that they are interested in buying them. So Microsoft, Tencent have sent a formal intent of interest to Kadokawa if they are willing to pursue that avenue. So it's actually official that Microsoft is now in the running should Sony's priority deal fall through. But whether, whoever buys them, I hope they don't make the games exclusive. I know if Sony buy it, they will. But I'm saying this on both sides. Whether it goes to Microsoft, Sony, Google for Stadia, or Lunar, even though they're not in the running, Stadia probably has less of a chance to buy it than Etch-a-Sketch. But, whoever gets it, these sorts of games should remain multi-plat. No one should make them exclusive. And I'm saying this even if Microsoft, by whatever miracle were to buy them, it should still stay multi-plat. It's what's best for the players.
By the way, can I go completely off topic with something I just saw on the internet? For £1, you can probably buy one of my favorite PS1 games of all time. They've got this website has. I may have to buy this. One of my favorite PS1 games of all time.
Can you guess what it is?
Oddworld.
Oh, I was way off.
They've got the bundle of all the Oddworld games for £1. You got the original Oddworld, Munch's Odyssey, Stranger's Wrath, Abe's Exodus, the remaster with New and Tasty, and the Soulstorm remaster, all bundled together for £1 on Steam. For Steam, sorry.
I still thought your game was going to be My Little Pony.
Yeah. I enjoyed the Oddworld games. I don't know if you ever played them.
I did.
That was weird that
I did.
The one of the sequels, Munch's Odyssey, was Xbox exclusive. I never got to play that because of that. So yeah. Yeah.
Anime compilations. Long time no see, buddy. Welcome back.
Hey, anime compilations.
But yeah, Abe was good.
Yeah. And yeah. Monsters Odyssey was okay. And then they went into a weird shooting game with Stranger's Wrath. So.
I mean, Souls. I mean, I've got no love for Souls games. I'm gonna put this perfectly out there. I've said this multiple times. I just don't enjoy them.
I enjoyed Demon Souls.
I don't enjoy.
And I enjoyed Bloodborne. I enjoy them, but I don't have the excitement for Elden Ring because I'm not a huge open world guy. So.
There's no story. It's designed to make you grind your nuts on a cheese grater.
See, that sounds like a good time. I like.
I was wondering where you're going with this, and you kind of stopped.
I didn't know how to respond after that. Like, maybe I shouldn't have said that.
Paul, I played it on Dreamcast.
But no, I enjoy games where I have to grind to progress.
I don't mind the grind.
I am a huge grinder.
I don't mind the grind. That's why I like JRPGs. Yeah. I used to stop in a dungeon where I found a little safe spot right next to me and then just circle around, run around in a circle with my character, leveling up for hours. That sort of pointless, mindless grind, I don't care. But going up against a boss that just decides, hey, I'm just going to do something that's so out of this world that it's going to blow your mind and make sure that you want to throw your whole PC out the window. Yeah, that type of boss just isn't fun for me.
There.
Maybe I'm just getting like my kid, who's like totally chill when it comes to, he's like of the generation where he doesn't care about Sony, Microsoft, or Nintendo or anyone. All he cares is like, is the game good? Is it available on PC? I'm happy. And so he heard about Sony potentially buying Kadokawa and From Software, and he came and goes to me, "Are they going to make it exclusive to PlayStation only? Because if they are, I don't want them to buy it." I said, "Well, it might be available on PC. But might isn't good enough because I like my Souls games." I said, "All right, but what if it isn't? Then I don't want Sony to buy it. What if it's going to be on PC but not on Xbox? Then I'm okay."
Yeah.
PC's PC, man.
Yeah.
But he was the first thing he was very against it because he thought like it's Sony's reputation that they make everything exclusive to the home. And to be honest, right, if Sony did do that, like I've said before, I wouldn't hold it against them because you don't pay whatever billions of dollars to make those games multi-platform. You know, no one does what Microsoft did. You don't pay $70 billion and then say, right, everyone can have a share of the pie. That was crazy. That blew everyone away. You don't do that sort of an acquisition. If you buy something, you generally make it exclusive. That's the whole point of buying it. I did not say I like grinder. I said I like grinding on video games. XP grinding. Need to make this very clear. EXP grinding in video games like Persona. Like Final Fantasy.
And Final
not
Fantasy.
Grinding as in grinding. Don't do this to me now, chat.
Unless you're playing Tony Hawk's.
Nope. I'm not even going there because there is too much innuendo in that where I'm going to get clipped out of the wrong context. Let's not do this.
Video games.
Ain't no one grinding on those frankfurts. This is a sausage-free zone.
But I just cooked pigs in blankets.
Well, you can have your pigs in blanket. You know exactly what that is. I don't know exactly what that is. But they have no idea what that is. Just like a toad in a hole. They have no idea what it is. Yeah. You do. I do. But they don't. And it sounds totally weird. But it's actually quite nice.
Yeah. Yeah, it's lovely.
I know it is.
Oh my god, I haven't had one in years. Man. I mean, I spotted. I'm gonna just use the politically correct term, I guess, just because I don't want to demonetize you in case it happens. But I spotted Richard as well.
Yeah, there is a spotted Richard.
Yeah.
You like you like those ones, don't you?
Yeah, I do like me with some custard, nice and warm.
That cream oozing off, right?
Nice and firm. You know what I mean, right? Come on.
I think we all know what it means, right, chat? See, even Max the same pause. Stop right there. This is not going the way I planned. I did not turn up for this. He's like, my youth has just been violated. But yeah, I think what I'm thinking that's interesting with this acquisition, and just hear me out for a second. And this is going to sound really weird, but there's a method to the madness. If Sony does buy them, I actually want Sony to make them exclusive. Because I want to see how Microsoft will respond. And if Microsoft will have the balls to respond.
They won't.
I want to see
their
what
response will be them just signing up Shuhei. That'll be their response.
I mean, that's already confirmed for February, remember?
Yeah. I'm just saying that's their response, basically.
It's already been confirmed here. The part he left off. Yeah. I look forward to seeing you in the office in February.
Yeah.
So,
Microsoft's response, Halo on PS5. No, I still don't think that's happening, Bag. But who knows?
But yeah, so, to a certain degree, I think Microsoft needs like a rude awakening. They're too busy playing the good guy at the moment, or they're trying to put that image on. And I think it's like what at work I say, we kind of have this thing at work, you know, BioWare with Anthem, where they turned around and said we were relying on the BioWare magic. Well, that seems to be in every tech company, right? They've got their own form of magic. Because where I work right now, we have that kind of system in place where we perform heroics, you know, on the final stretch to push the project through and deliver. And we've been doing this for years. And I've been saying, especially with the current project that we're working on, and I told this to the actual project managers and line managers, I want this to fail so you guys can, you know, take responsibility on why it failed. Because us performing heroics and doing 15-hour days isn't how this should be working. You know, something drastic has to happen in order for for someone to turn around and start asking the right questions. And I feel like this could be that moment, if that makes sense. I feel like this could be that moment where if Sony does do exactly what I think they would do, and let's face it, everyone is expecting them to do it, I think that might be the point where Satya and Phil turn around and say, right, clearly this is not the way we want it to be. Because at that point, they will become a laughingstock. Literal laughingstock. They will become the internet jokes for all eternity if they sit back and accept it. And I don't think Microsoft is willing to accept that. Not with their pride. I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know, really. I feel like Microsoft has started this way, that they've gone down this route so far that I feel like they kind of don't want to turn back. So I don't know if they will, even if Sony does buy them. Yeah, I just think it's too late into their plans. Yeah, I don't think they will return. I don't think it's going to happen now.
What's going to happen?
I don't think. I think that I just feel like, yeah, as I said, they said that. I just feel like more games are still going to come to PlayStation, even if from software. But I just don't think the bigger games. Like, I still hope. I pray and hope that Halo stays exclusive to Xbox. I pray to hope that Forza. I pray to hope that even Fable stays exclusive. Like, yeah, I don't think Microsoft really cares about their. There's more money bringing the games over to PlayStation and Switch, and in reality, Microsoft just cares about money.
Yeah, but here's the thing. If you damage the brand enough, if you damage it enough, and it hits your bottom line enough, not from the PlayStation side or from the Switch side, but from your own corner, if those people stop paying for their Game Pass subscriptions, stop buying games, stop paying for Xbox Live Core, that's a huge revenue loss that that is going to be felt. That all happens from loss of confidence. Right now, everything is such in balance. Well, not in balance, but it's kind of fluctuating quite drastically. But nothing has actually happened to the point where it's completely destabilizing it. Sure, you've got the occasional few games going, and I expect more of the kind of mid-range games will go, like South of Midnight, right? I expect that to eventually be a product that goes. I don't expect the bigger ones like Gears and Halo to go, but I do expect the medium one. But something drastic that could happen, like what I was saying, could be a catalyst for them to stay on course where they're going, but just to shift gears entirely. And now, with the way cloud gaming is going, if they, we're going to get, I guess this ties in with the whole Google thing, because, Google have basically turned around and kind of blocked Microsoft's, well, for the time being, they've kind of put a stay on it in order to allow Microsoft to have their app on the Play Store without the 30% that Google want. And if that kind of goes through and Microsoft and Epic win, which I think there's a really good chance that they will, because Google doesn't really have that much of a leg to stand on regarding this. But, there's always a chance, just like there's always a chance that the preliminary injunction that's the FTC is still kind of seeking against ABK, which is still ongoing, could still go through. If that cloud gaming thing does happen, Microsoft essentially opens themselves up to a host of new customers that are all using an Xbox console, but through the cloud, through XCloud.
Yeah.
But they're still on the console.
Yeah. But on different devices, right? So
but it's still running through the
Microsoft
console.
really doesn't care about the actual hardware itself.
But they kind of do.
Like,
because it's still running from an it's still running off an Xbox. Now, if if they were running off for now, but that's all we can go on for now. They're not running it off a PC specification. These things are running off either a Series X blade or a Series S blade.
Yeah, like the PlayStation, where it runs off PlayStation 4 blades and PS3 blades.
Exactly. And right now, they've only got 30 million consoles sold, right?
Yeah.
But if their Game Pass subscription increases to, say, 60 million, and that additional 30 million becomes cloud gaming subscribers, that is technically an extra 30 million people playing on an Xbox console. Regardless of whether it's on a phone, a tablet, or wherever, they are still connecting to an Xbox console in order to play those games that they are buying. Not just playing it through Game Pass, but they are actively buying those games from the Xbox store in order to play. So they are now essentially buying games for an Xbox console to play. That essentially means that there are 60 million consoles that are being used.
Yeah.
that would change the landscape
good.
of just how much, you know, as far as a third party developer is concerned, they're not looking at even though right now they've got 30 million, that would essentially be 60 million consoles.
Yeah, you'll have more different hands for them to be able to play. That's what they care about more than the actual hardware sold, is the monthly users. It's why, even though people seem to forget, that's why Sony wants PSN on PC for when it comes to the games, because it makes them look even bigger than they are. Same with Microsoft with this. They want. Yeah.
Paul, I don't know if you're still here, but take it easy, dude, and have a great Thanksgiving. Diego. I'm fully aware this is all speculation that we're talking about. You know, we won't know anything until, you know, it's officially come to pass. You know, I fully understand that, but
that probably gonna be several years still. We've still probably got. We're probably more talking about the next generation than anything.
This is where they're going.
Next generation.
This is Microsoft. This is where Microsoft envisions and plans to be. This is where they want to go. This has been the plan all along. They're not selling the hardware, and you know, I think we can all agree on that. And as third-party developers look on to the Xbox platform, they want more reasons to build games on the Xbox platform. Sony has 60 million consoles.
This really been there? Hasn't this really been there? Not exactly the way they are now, but hasn't this really been their viewpoint since the PS2 era with Xbox? Because they literally got into because they saw that Sony was selling so much, and they wanted to make sure that they got in the house, that front room.
They wanted to be in the front room, yeah, but
yeah,
they were kind of pushed out.
Now this is a little bit different, but it's an evolution of the same concept.
It is. It is an evolution. They're not looking at people like you and me who love our consoles in front of the TV. They're looking at my kids who, you know, not my 18-year-old kid, but they're looking more at like my 9-year-old kid and my 10, 12-year-old daughter who are on their phones all day and their tablets all day. That's who they want to capture. Because there's more of them sitting at home on those devices than there is of the others sitting in front of a TV and spending time playing video games. But this is the part. By the way, the Bloomberg article mentions that Microsoft is also interested in buying Kadokawa. So if that person that was in my comment section is here now, silent and waiting to be clipped, I called you a twat in my comment section. This is why I called you a twat. Just putting it out there. Sorry, I did call him a twat. I told you I've got no filter today.
Devin, I don't think that will require PlayStation Plus, but I do hope that if Sony does require, I know they do, but I wished that because Sony does require that you would get PlayStation Star points for purchasing games on PC if you have the PSN account linked. That'd be why I would bother. By the way, thank you, Sony, for finally bringing back the reward schemes you can now redeem your codes for £5 vouchers again. So, I'm going to do it soon. Well, I waited until my sub went out, and now I'm going to do it again so that I can then buy some stuff with it. Because I can finally redeem codes again. And I want to do it before they disappear again, because that was frustrating. So.
But I mean, you can also see, like, in what we were talking about, High on Life, Dying Light 2 is already available to play on the cloud. These aren't, I don't know, I think this is no longer on Game Pass, or it might be. I know this one wasn't, so now if you buy it, you can play it. High on Life now confirming it requires a Game Pass Ultimate subscription, but you can actually now buy your games to play, which is really cool because that's the end game that they've been looking to try and get to. Square Enix is now fully on board with this. Dragon Quest 3, which isn't on Game Pass, Visions of Mana not on Game Pass, Life is Strange Double Exposure, Final
I thought Visions of Mana was.
No, it wasn't. None of these are on Game Pass. But if you buy them, Trials of Mana is. This is the new one, Visions.
Oh yeah. Because they put multiple visions. They
Yeah.
put several Secrets of Mana trials and something else.
But these four are now available. If you buy them on Xbox, you can play them on XCloud for your Ultimate subscription. And I fully expect Microsoft to release a cloud gaming only tier for this, because the more people they can get onto this program, and they're actually like right now this is for mobile only. In 2025, they're going to enable this for TVs and console as well, and PCs for browsers. So they're actually going to, like, right now it's only for mobile, but in 2025, first half of 25, they're rolling this out to all devices. They just wanted to get the mobile one out there because obviously, you know, don't you have a phone? Kind of thing.
Yeah. And plus, mobile is more important for stuff like this anyway, because the whole one of the benefits of cloud gaming is playing anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So
like you can
having it on your phone or Steam Deck or something like that is far more important than having it on your PC or your Xbox. Because if you have it on your Xbox, like I guess it means you don't have to install and you have to worry about space. But I mean, you're already played on an Xbox.
But this is the thing, right? This is showing you that the strategy is working. I know Square Enix has already said that they're going to be releasing games multi-plat, but they are one of the first companies to fully embrace Microsoft's vision in putting these games available to play on the cloud. So they are clearly seeing that there is a market there that can use these outside of the, Game Pass system, where people will buy them just so they can play them on their mobile phone. And so these, what I was saying earlier, where third-party companies will look at this and say, well, now they've only got a 30 million install base, but if they've got like 60 million Game Pass subscribers, that's an extra 30 million people now playing on an Xbox specification console. Now they've got a reason to make, not skip Xbox, because that's 60 million consoles essentially, people have access to. And so you can see that their vision, their plan is slowly working, and more third-party companies are jumping on board. But this Google situation did put a bit of a spanner into the works, because Google being Google, right? Where is it? Yeah, here. Google has responded to Microsoft's claims it has built because Cerebon said they've built it, it's ready to go. Xbox Game Store on Android, but can't launch it. Google saying Microsoft has always been able to offer their Android users the ability to play and purchase Xbox games directly from their app. They simply have chosen not to. And then, where is it? Do I not have it here? No, I don't. I thought I did. One sec, let me find it. Tim Sweeney responded, basically saying something along the lines of, let me find it, because I need.
You can buy PlayStation games on the PlayStation app on your phone, right? On Google.
I don't know, and I wouldn't advise. It would. The problem is the way Google want to do it with cloud gaming. The margins are really tiny.
Yeah,
they're really, really small. And what Sony
because I don't think it's any different price wise.
Yeah, but if Google takes 30%, that leaves almost nothing for everyone else.
Yeah,
and that's the problem.
Because I've bought PlayStation. I've got the PlayStation app on my phone. And I just go to the store on the phone and I just buy.
Where is Tim Sweeney's thing? I had this thing. Is it here? Oh, here it is. Here it is. Google's statement is deceitful. Shame on them. They well know that the 30% cut that they demand is far more than all the profit from game streaming. They know this because they blew hundreds of millions of dollars building the failed Stadia game business themselves. Oof. That was savage. That was savage. But that is actually a very, very true statement.
I don't think 30% is that bad. Like
It is.
It might be a bit high, but like
no, the profit margins are around.
Yeah.
I would say the profit margins for cloud gaming right now is roughly around 10 to 12%. If they are taking 30%, you are losing 18%. It's not. You're not making a profit. It's not sustainable. The profit margins aren't as big as people expect it to be. So that 30% is essentially making whoever's doing it make a loss. You don't profit. You don't operate on a loss. That's the problem. That's why they're in court. And I reckon Google's going to lose this one. Because you're not buying it through Google.
No, you're buying it through Microsoft.
Mm-hmm. The only thing Microsoft wants to do is put the app on there, and they can pay a premium for that, a one-off premium, which they've offered to do. Hey, Rebby.
So yeah, I don't think there's a phone cloud app though for PlayStation anymore. They used to be, but then they discontinued it. So you got remote play, but that's not the same.
I need more volume. Me? I'm at maximum volume. Are people struggling to hear me? Are you struggling to hear my sexy voice? Really?
Is my voice too overpowering? I can...
Is my voice better now? Is it better?
How is my voice?
God damn it, Chille.
Like and subscribe.
See, listen to the guy. He speaks sense. We need to get to 7,500 pronto. There's enough of you in here to subscribe with 7 different accounts to get me to that number.
Do it!
I'm good, Rebby. Thanks. How are you? Your volume goes down. Too loud. But yeah, for some reason my what is it? Why is my thing going down? My gain keeps going down on its own, which is weird. I don't have auto gain enabled.
Oh, gain. I thought you said. I heard my GameCube is going down. I got confused for a second.
At least it wasn't the other word.
Well, you know what? Let me like you on my other channel. There we go.
But so this is why I'm saying that whole cloud gaming stuff I think ties into this. And I think if Sony decides to go down the route of exclusivity, I think with the position that they're in now, depending on what that verdict is with Google, if the verdict goes the way they want it to, Microsoft wants it to, and Epic wants it to, which I think there's a huge chance because at the moment the courts are trying to tear down the monopoly that Google has in that kind of sphere, in that industry. Whether it's their Google search, they're after Google like there's no tomorrow. The regulators are trying to tear it apart, limb from limb. And Google's trying to hold on to any semblance of control that they can, and they're losing quite badly. But I think this will actually go in Microsoft's favor, and when it does, if Sony does decide to go down the route of exclusivity, I think that could be the slap in the face. As they say, what breaks the camel's back? I think that could be it. Because I think at that point, if they don't react to it, I think they're going to lose all respect from a lot of people. The industry is going to destroy them. The media is going to mock them from high heaven to high noon. They are literally
going to be mocked by the media no matter what.
They are going to become a laughingstock. They are literally going to become the industry's laughingstock. And can you see Microsoft becoming that? Do you think that they will stand by for that? Profits or not? Do you think they will?
If it makes them enough profits, yes.
No, I don't think so. Because if you become a laughingstock, people mock you enough, your shares go down.
Fair. We will see.
So it's going to be interesting.
It's going to be interesting.
My birthday, Rebby, was 6 days ago. My birthday was 6 days ago.
Yeah. Okay. I was confused for a second what he was talking about. I'm
Yeah.
like, happy birthday, Chaos? I thought it was a while back.
I know, and I was expecting a card from you. I was expecting, some sugar cubes from you. I got nothing.
Well, I would send them, but I don't know where you live. So, there'd be if I just put to the Chaos and then put in the post box, it'd be interesting to see where it
Look,
arrived.
if you started trotting from Scarborough, you could make it here in time.
For next year.
But you can still make it in time.
I'll bring a Wendy's, okay?
Man, I haven't had a Wendy's in God knows how long. They don't even do them here anymore.
They do. They do.
Not where I live.
We've got multiple Wendy's in England.
Yeah, just not in Dartford. Or in Abbey Wood.
I mean, I have to... last year I booked a hotel so I could try breakfast, so...
No, all I'm saying is Thamesmead, Abbey Wood,
fine.
Dartford,
You know what,
Gravesend. None of these areas have it.
We'll do a more British thing, okay? Let me look. I'm gonna see if there is one nearby.
Hey,
okay,
Rabbi.
give me one.
Thank you so much.
We'll do the more British one. Let's see. Yeah, you've got one. Perfect. You've got the more British one. There is one where you not. We can go for a Mr. Wimpy. Remember those?
Mate, I remember Wimpy. It was one of the first places my dad took me.
Yeah. Well, there's one in Dartford, okay?
It was one of the first places my dad took me because his friend was actually was the owner of one of them.
Yeah. Oh, wow. I haven't been since I was a kid. I don't think.
I was a kid when I went.
Mr. Wimpy. Oh, he had one of those weird sausage things that they sold, right? Like the snake.
More interested in the Sony lawsuit over in the UK EU for my eyes to see. Which one is that? There is a lot of lawsuits for Sony.
Yeah, which lawsuit?
They've got the 30% lawsuit, which probably nothing is going to come from that. They've got the lawsuit regarding the vouchers, where they've got a monopoly where they won't allow anyone to sell digital games. So they're probably going to lose that one because monopolies aren't favoured in Europe. What else was there? What did I get for a present? I got an Xbox mug that my daughter broke. She replaced it.
Oh.
She accidentally broke it and then replaced it.
Is that the... I'm guessing that's the PSN credit then.
Yeah, more than likely. Where you can't buy it anywhere. But yeah, they got me an Xbox mug and a couple of t-shirts and stuff like that. Xbox Series X and S? Oh no, I've already got one of those. It was just an Xbox mug.
Mm.
I don't need another Xbox console. One of each is enough. I need more. I've got the Series S, the Series X Pro, which is a Pro, and then I've got my PC, which is a Pro.
Yeah, the Proest, Ultra Pro.
But yeah, so I think this deal is going to have a much bigger implication than people believe. I think there's a lot more going on here, but I'm really curious to see if Sony can even afford it now, considering the price of Kadokawa has quadrupled. And Kadokawa wants all in or nothing, and they've made that perfectly clear to Sony, and they've basically told them, stop wasting our time. All in or nothing. That was the message sent to Hiroki Totoki, who is keen to follow in Microsoft's footsteps with the no console required gaming. I don't hear anyone mocking PlayStation for that one, though. I guess it's because they're not really advertising it.
To be fair, Sony's been secretly doing that for years, haven't they, really?
No, but this is like crazy. they're PS5 games. You don't need a PS5 to play PS5 games anymore.
Yeah.
But you can't do that on
It's just
anything.
taking them time because even the PS4 back in the day, they pushed the fact that you didn't need a PS4 because you could play them on your TV. Because Sony Bravia TVs supported cloud gaming with the PS4. And
But
the PS3.
only the Bravia TVs, right?
Yeah, I think only the Bravia TVs.
Yeah, and no one bought those.
I had one.
Okay, only one person bought those. I'm 42, Rabbi.
I can't
40.
say much. I have my Sony Xperia phone. I'm wearing Sony headphones, and I've got my second Sony Bravia because my first one broke. Well, it got a little bit old, so I replaced it with a newer one in the front room. And that TV is about 10 years old now as well, I think. I might get a new Sony Bravia TV at some point.
I could do with a collector's edition. I'm still trying to get the Halo one.
Yeah.
But every time I try to buy the Halo one, it gets more and more expensive.
I used to buy Sony Vaio laptops.
I like the Vaio laptops.
Yeah.
They were kind of cool in design.
Yeah.
I do not get carried in zombies. I let you not carry me purposefully because I am royalty. And you all bow down before me in order to carry me. So, you know, what can I say? I mean, Yoshida will be interesting where he ends up. But you know what? The guy's, devoted his life to gaming, and I'm not going to shit on the guy. The guy's done amazing work for PlayStation, and wherever he ends up, clearly he had enough of where he was. Even though he says it was time. I mean, he's saying it was time to move on, and for him to do other stuff, so he can have more free time. Whatever the reason is, you don't just up and leave after 31 years. You generally retire. You wait for that package. Do you know what I mean? You don't up and leave when you're that close to retirement. Clearly something was
especially
there.
when you know the fact that Japanese market don't really like firing people. So this very sounds like he got fired, but not
I wouldn't say fired. I would say more kind of they parted ways on mutual terms. I think his role in the company just became less and less. And maybe he was just getting turned down for stuff that he actually wanted to do or projects that he wanted to bring in. Because at the end of the day, even games like Stellar Blade was made possible because of him. Yeah. He's the one that made Stellar Blade exclusive to PlayStation. He's the one that, when he was in Korea at the time and Shift Up saw he was there and they invited him down. And when he saw it, he played it, he really liked it, and he made it happen. He's usually in the right place at the right time. But maybe he just didn't get the support he wanted. And for him, it just isn't... At the age of 60, it's not worth the hassle of fighting for it, if that makes sense. He just wants to do good with indie companies. And maybe now that the old guard is out, it's just not happening anymore.
I miss my favorite guy that was in charge of Sony Indies, Shahid. He was a lovely guy. I met him at Eurogamer. He was part of Sony's indie division on the PS3 era.
So far, I don't think he was forced out. I just think that I just don't think he was getting the support he needed. Trying to find these indie companies that that had really good games, and in the end, where in the past he had the old guard kind of providing him the support he needed. Even though he was no longer CEO, I don't think the new guard really kind of provided him with that, saw his worth. And so, as far as he was concerned, he felt like now was the right time. But like I said, you don't spend 30 years at a company ready for, almost at the point of retirement and not take your leaving package.
Yeah.
Right? You get a massive settlement when you're kind of finishing kind of thing. They give you a nice little payoff as a thank you for all your hard service. You don't kind of just leave that behind. I mean, he doesn't need money, to be fair, or maybe he does. I don't know what his lifestyle is, but I don't know. whatever it is, we'll never know. No point in really speculating about it. But I do feel that, he wants to do more good. And he just wasn't able to do that anymore at Sony.
No matter what, I wish him the best with what he plans to do.
He's a legend of a guy. He devoted,
Yeah. And I can say the fact that I've got him on my friends list.
Wasn't he the one that actually took the CD drive and pretty much made it into, was one of the key instigators that turned it into the PlayStation after Nintendo screwed them over?
Yeah, after Nintendo, Sony came in and Nintendo's like, actually, no, we got a Philips drive now.
Yeah. And then they said, oh yeah, I'll show you, you little bitch. And then Nintendo realized this was the biggest mistake of our lives. What did we create?
It had a GPU, right? Was it a GPU or CPU with this drive for the Nintendo console? Because it needed the extra hardware to make the actual games run. So all they had to do was slap in a CPU and made it its own device. Yeah, because everything else was already in there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, pal. That's pretty much it. And his relevance became less and less. But he really likes to work with indie companies. He really likes to. He's almost like a scout, a football scout, where he goes and seeks that young talent to shine, and he has a good eye for it. He has a good eye on what makes a good game, and what could be a potential breakout seller. And I wish him the best of luck, and I hope wherever he goes, Microsoft Japan, but wherever he goes to Microsoft Japan in February,
Nintendo.
No, clearly to Microsoft Japan in February. Wherever he goes to Microsoft in Japan in February, I wish him the best of luck. Just saying.
I will laugh if it's Nintendo though. They just have him in charge of the Switch 2, which will never release.
Chille. Do you like a game called Terraria? Chat.
Actually, yes.
Do you like a game called Terraria?
I haven't played it in years, but yes, I enjoyed it when I played it when it came out originally. Isn't it getting a collab?
I'm about to tell you about that just now. But before I do, my question is, how many likes, without looking, do you think we have right now?
10,000. I've looked, but I'm gonna guess with 120.
That is despicably bad.
120.
No, we've got 41.
Ah. There's 54 of us here. So everyone hit that like button.
It's Thanksgiving. I didn't expect a massive turnout tonight. It's Thanksgiving, so I appreciate
you got me on.
All
that
of you.
Scared them away.
Nah, you actually didn't bring them on. But no, seriously, everyone, I know it's Thanksgiving and you're coming out of your time to spend some time with me tonight, so I truly do appreciate it. So thank you so much for those that turned out. And if you do need to dip for whatever reason, I appreciate good food is waiting with a lot of booze, and be responsible if you're driving and drinking. I know it's a festive time, but you don't want to,
Yeah, please stay safe.
Yeah, stay safe. And remain legend. Look, I had to, right? You said it. You said stay safe. I had to do it.
Have you dropped a like? Yes, I have, on 2 channels.
So, Powerboss is having a collab with Terraria. Now, my kid loves Powerboss, and he loves Terraria, and he was over the moon for this collaboration. He cannot wait.
The artwork is cute.
The artwork is awesome.
I would buy that as a t-shirt. I'm not going to lie. I would buy that as a t-shirt. Look at the disappointing Powerboss. He's so disappointed.
Hey, Max, I meant don't drink and drive. I meant don't drink and drive, man.
By the way, we'll confirm: do not drink and drive alcohol.
Hey, you can have
I'm sure if you had
drinks
water,
and
if you
non-alcoholic
had water
drinks.
behind, no alcoholic.
You know, I do. I actually started buying non-alcoholic drinks now.
I mean, I don't drink alcohol, so.
I mean, I can't. I physically can't drink alcohol because I take like 15 tablets a day.
I don't because
I'm a Tic Tac
I
machine.
know how easily addicted I can get to things, so I don't want to risk.
I literally am a Tic Tac box.
Oh, well.
If you shake me hard enough, you just hit me into the tablet. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
But
I mean, you're not supposed to. You don't drink while you're actually driving. Please do not have anything in your hand except for your steering wheel.
But if you have a Kit Kat,
yeah,
you can have a break while you're not driving.
Yeah, please do not have a break during driving.
Nintendo lawsuit. The patents were filed, and from what I understand,
they were charged 60 pence. No, I think it's like
65,000.
Yeah, was it even that high? I thought it was even less than that.
It was 65,000. It was basically peanuts.
Yeah.
Sony sued them. I mean, not Sony. Nintendo sued them for $65,000.
Yeah.
That's embarrassing for Nintendo.
People were talking about how big the number was, but the number was in yen. So, outside of Japan, it wasn't that big. So, yeah, please do not take my legal advice. I'm not a lawyer or smart.
Oh, this channel never provides legal advice. I'm not a lawyer. I just, I know about stuff because I studied law in university, and contract law and company law is what I specialized in. And I kind of stayed more or less up to date with it, kind of thing, which is why I take a much more increased interest when it comes to the legal battles, which is why the ABK deal kind of really interested me, because it was all about contracts and stuff like that and whatnot. And it's part of gaming, so it kind of interested me. Like the NVIDIA and ARM one that was going on, that interested me a lot as well at the time. But I'm not in a position to, give any legal advice. I just can pass my opinion based on my knowledge. That's it. But this is cool, and the artwork is amazing. But 65,000, cool. Nintendo actually going through all that just for 65,000 just shows you how petty and desperate Nintendo is. Nintendo, I am sorry, do not sue me. But it just really goes to show you just how sad of a company Nintendo actually is. Still don't sue me.
Yeah, please don't sue us.
But you are petty.
By the way, haven't they painted in mounts?
I know they were going to say that was coming into Power, but I don't know if it ever did. It's got building in there, and I don't like building. Nintendo's going after everyone at the moment. Anything that actually has emulation, they are going after, and they are going to make more and more examples of people and ruin their lives. So,
I wonder if they'll go after their own museum then.
I think they should go after what's his name, Eric, whatever his name is.
Yeah,
there was a guy. There's a sad dude on X called something Eric. I can't remember his profile. He's the one that had a meltdown. It was trying to flag everyone. Yeah, generic Eric. That's the one. I mean, he's so insignificant. I forgot his name.
Wait, what?
He was basically him and this other guy called Yimnitz have basically been copyright striking channels because they're upset at people using.
It must be a different one than I'm thinking of.
But generic Eric, Nintendo, if you're watching, did publicly come out and say that he does actually pirate Nintendo games. So that might be one you can go after.
I think you're thinking of a different person than I am.
Yeah.
Because I don't think the one I know would do that.
Take it easy, Devin. What, come out publicly on a social platform and say something stupid like "I pirate Nintendo games."
Yeah.
And-
Well, no, that and sue people because they now work at Blizzard. So.
yeah, definitely not this Sumo. Not this one. I've been seeing this around. I haven't really seen what the game is like. Let's have a look. It is called No Nine Souls. Has anyone played it at all?
No.
I don't know. I've seen it being advertised on both PlayStation and Xbox, so it seems to be something that people like. It's been doing the rounds, but let's have a quick look and see what it's like. Why don't we? But this is now on Game Pass.
Talk about games that are free. Watch it. Death Note is free on PlayStation Plus.
This one.
This is cool.
I do like the artwork.
I like the artwork.
Yeah, see? Yes, see, chat, do you see what I mean? I have to say it as an Xbox fan, and a pony has to follow exactly what I say, word for word. Right? We're not even talking like trying to rephrase it. Word for word.
And somehow at the exact same time. That's how good I am.
It's it's inevitable that Sony eventually, just like this pony, is going to follow what Microsoft is doing. Oh, do you want to hear one thing that was really funny?
What's that?
There are people out there actually really upset that Microsoft Flight Sim is not available as a physical copy game.
I would love to see. You know what? Please do it. I'd love to see how many discs that would be. Considering
the game file size has been said to be in the petabytes.
Yeah.
Petabytes. And for those that don't know what a petabyte is, and we're talking plurals here, 1 petabyte is 1,000 terabytes. $1,000 terabytes is a petabyte. And people are complaining that this game should have been available as a physical. You know, I'm envisioning, do you know those scenes in Russia back in the Soviet Union where they were in the shopping centers with those briefcases for money because it was just, their economy crashed so hard it was worth nothing? Literally, you're going to have those with discs inside, put them on side by side, open the briefcases, disc 1, disc 2, disc 999, disc 1000, disc 1001.
By the way, it seems to be, from what I can tell, 2.5 petabytes.
That's 2.5.
So 2,520. That's how much you'll need to install. It's the first game that comes out on server racks.
I mean, what's the biggest Blu-ray right now?
100, right?
100 gigabytes?
But then you also have there's some above Blu-rays that's more expensive. That's bigger, right, than Blu-rays.
I know, but we are using drives now for Blu-ray, right? So we can only go by Blu-ray. But
yeah,
technically, how many Blu-rays would you need? We're talking gigabytes, not terabytes. You would need 10 Blu-ray discs just for 1 terabyte. Good lord!
1 second, I want to double. 128 gig is the biggest Blu-ray.
Yeah, but the console needs to be able to read it.
Which, by the way, you can't run on Xbox.
Yeah, you can only.
Are we gonna go? We're gonna
go Xbox.
We're gonna do single. You could do single layer on Xbox, right? You can't do double layer.
No, you can't.
So that means you're capped at 25 gig on Xbox. So you would have to be using single layer Blu-rays on Xbox. So what was that? So 10 would be 250. So what? 40 discs? for 1 terabyte, right?
Give or take.
So that's what 40,000 discs for 1 petabyte, right? Or am I maths wrong?
It's
so you're looking 120,000 discs. So you can install it, and then that's without any updates.
And that's without updates. What happens if they have a day one update? I mean, this game looks really cool. So if for those of you on Game Pass, you might want to check it out. I know this is also available on. I think it's available on PS Plus as well. It was also put on PlayStation Plus as well, but it looks really cool. Definitely worth checking out if you like your pixel art style games. I think it's like a Metroidvania style game, but I mean it looks so cool. So graphically the art style is just amazing. And come on, you got a mech with some kind of orb crushing thing that wants to destroy little kind of mechanical bees. Come on, how cool is that?
That is pretty cool.
And look at that dude there. He just had a really bad day. Just gonna put it out there. Wait, you guys aren't even watching.
I was gonna say I can't even see it right now.
So let's go back to where I was watching. Let's go back to the point I was watching. You guys weren't even seeing the cool stuff. Just gonna get into it. Here it is. Shinku.
Ninjutsu.
You're hopping on Flight Sim now? Not via physical copy, you're not. But yeah, people are genuinely...
God. You know what I was thinking? Now imagine how long it would actually take to install as well. Oh. By the time you finish installing, even if you had all 120,000 discs that you could put in, the time it would take to copy the files from disk to the SSD, you'd be looking at Flight Simulator 2028 coming out by the time you actually finished installing everything over. Even if you had the ability to do it.
But it's just the way people are just so upset that it wasn't available. I'm like, are you crazy? Where's the mech? I want the mech. There's no mech.
This looks like if Sonic made a weird...
I don't know, it looks cool to me. But yeah, if you're interested in this, it's available on Game Pass. And I think PlayStation Plus. I think it is. Cool game.
Well, it's not next month's free games. I don't know if it's just... Because next month's free games are Aliens Dark Descent, It Takes Two, and the original Power World.
Then it's not available on there. It's just Xbox for being cool, right? For being a cool kid. Available today.
Yeah. Yeah, it's on Windows, Mac, and Xbox. Oh no, it comes out on Switch as well.
I'm gonna be right back.
Okay.
Just a minute. I'll leave Chille here to entertain you. And Chair. I'm going to leave Chair here as well because Chair is vital and we'll be watching everything.
Chair will balance everything. Chair is here to moderate us. So hey chat, how you doing? How's everyone doing? How you doing? You say the Chair is here, but clearly I have manifested the power to make the chair disappear because it is gone now. The chair is the magical chair has gone. Hey, talking about chairs, my co-host chair broke today. I need a new chair as well. I'm missing an arm. My chair arm was broken, and the pillow it's got cuts and everything. I just need a new chair. I don't even know how it gets cuts. I just sit on it, but it does. Anyway, hi, it's me, your boy Chille, The pony. Nay. Have I scared the chat away? I'm sorry. Woke up in a mood because friend got screwed by Parliament. Oh, that sucks. I'm sorry, man. I'm happy the rest of the day was good. Good to see, folk. Yeah, I beamed his chair away. I was like, that's my chair now. Chair-chan is mine. I have conquered Chair-chan! Any news for PlayStation you might be excited about? Actually, I'm kind of excited to play some of those PlayStation Plus games, to be honest. I'm excited to try Temtem. Not gonna lie. I has magics! It's my stream now! Yes, everyone! I have conquered the stream! It's mine! Yeah, Temtem. Oh no, he's back! Quick! Everyone, look like we did nothing.
How's it going, chat? I'm back. What did he do? Own up.
I pretended to steal your chair because your camera decided it didn't exist anymore and faded out of existence as soon as you stood up.
Well, Chair knows Chair knows how to be a ninja. Infiltrate the
Chille
news.
Pony voice. Yeah. Yeah, Temtem is a Pokemon style game.
That wasn't
sued. It was the original Power World.
That wasn't sued by Nintendo.
Because it wasn't that great.
No.
So.
But yeah.
Thank you, Chair.
This game out. But now we've got to check out one other game. We've got to check out one other thing. Okay. It has to happen, chat. The game that will make all ponies cry. This is the game that's going to send them into tears. They are already crying about this game and begging Sony to sue them, even though they've literally got no grounds for suing.
Oh, okay. The not Horizon game.
Yes, the not Horizon game. See? You don't have these creatures in Horizon. Or these.
Yeah, I've never seen that before. Or that before.
These are all unique.
Yeah, sure. You know what the twist should be? You know who should actually sew them? Capcom. That'd be the big twist.
What link is stopping the FTC? Nah, FTC isn't doing anything for that. That's all on Google.
The big twist would be Capcom suing them.
This kind of reminds me of Monster Hunter more than...
Yeah, that's what I mean. That'd be the big twist, is if Capcom sues them, not Sony. Because the combat looks more like Monster Hunter than it does Horizon.
It does.
The monsters, of course, look inspired by Horizon, but the actual combat is more Monster Hunter.
I can just see it. When the game finally comes out,
yeah.
Robo Hunter Wilds.
Robo Hunting Rising.
Robo Hunter Stories Wilds Rising. Deluxe EA plus Alpha. EX plus Alpha.
Monster Hunting Gold. Robo Hunting Gold.
At least it has cool looking characters.
Kind of. Robo Hunting Ultimate.
I don't know.
That.
I don't know. That was kind of thing. That looked kind of cool to me.
It's not gonna get sued. It looks too little like, but it is not great. It's not the greatest looking thing.
They're not gonna get sued. It's different enough.
No.
And honestly, I'm gonna put this out there, right? If Sony tried to sue Tencent, Tencent would bleed them dry.
So Sony would get bleamed.
I mean,
anyone remember Bleem?
I do. That was great on the Dreamcast. Yeah. But Tencent would just go to Sony and go, buddy, I could just buy you and put this case out of business. What would you like to happen? Me buying all your shares, or are you just going to piss off? And then Sony will go, okay, sure, we'll just go away.
Isn't this Overwatch?
It is, yeah.
Yay! There's Juno from Overwatch, the healer. By the way, talking about like Overwatch style games, I'm excited for Marvel Rivals in 2 weeks, right?
What's that?
Taz said no. Okay. I was wondering. Okay, that makes sense. I was wondering who said no in the poll.
Gotta be more than you, though. That 36 people voted and 25% said no. You guys are evil. But yeah, I don't know. There's just no way that Sony's going to sue them. They would be Tencent would absolutely bleed them dry. They are not in the same league as Tencent is in the league of Google, Amazon, Microsoft.
Look, Paul, I need a new chair. I'm going to steal people's chairs until I can find a chair that I can sit in.
But the FTC has decided to have one last hurrah in trying to sue Microsoft on the basis of cloud and antitrust and cybersecurities. What's the point? It's going to get thrown out in January.
Yeah. But they want to make it look like they're doing something, don't they? They want to make sure they look like they're doing something before the holidays. So. Chris, they might be protected, but that doesn't mean that companies can't try anyway. And Tencent already owns part of the company, so technically they've already got a foothold. It's not like they're going in completely without anything. They already own part of Kadokawa. Same reason why Sony owns part of Kadokawa. So.
Yep. I mean, that's why Tencent...
It'd be different if Tencent just came in and then suddenly bought them. That'd be completely different, but they've already got a foothold into the company.
It is why Tencent does it, right? They buy a few, a certain percentage, so...
A couple of shares here and there.
And they've got a stake in everything, so they've got money coming from everywhere. Oddly enough, the only company they didn't buy any shares from is Concord.
They knew. They knew all along.
They knew about that one. They were warned about that one. It's finally happening, boys, even though some people say it's not. It's finally happening, boys. For those of you that are BloodBorne fans, on December the 3rd,
wow,
your heart is going to be broken yet again, once more, as you're getting a patch with photo mode.
Well, supposedly they do these patches often.
Yeah, they're going to give you photo mode. This is a big announcement, right? If nothing comes on this date after they've done this, that's troll.
Yeah.
That is full-on trolling. At that point, they are just taking the royal piss.
By the way,
Happy Thanksgiving,
I will say, I do find it interesting that mid, which we all know means disappointing, is the main key focus of the Sony picture. If you go back to the Sony thing, mid is right in the middle. I know it just means middle, but it's not great to have mid right there.
I mean, it is a mid announcement.
Maybe it's a secret saying that actually the announcement is disappointing. On the 12th. At 20. You know what? If BloodBorne Remaster isn't announced exactly 2024 on the 3rd of December, it's a lie.
I mean,
I don't know what time zone that is, but
they're giving you all the time zones here.
Yeah. Wait, 11 p.m. EST, so it'd be the 13th for us then,
Wait,
right?
How does that even work? 11 p.m. to what?
What? Oh yeah, 2700. When did that? When did we get to?
How does this work? Chat, how does this work?
When did we get the 27? When did that time exist? I'm confused.
How does that work? The 25th. I mean, in Persona there was the 25th hour, so I get that.
Yeah.
I
mean, the 24th hour I can understand more than any of them, because if you're swapping between, time zones, then maybe technically another hour can exist, even though really it doesn't. Yeah. But 27, that's a bit weird. Yeah, I think it's just that.
It's to avoid confusion. No, that adds more confusion. That's just telling me that there could be something up their sleeves that they don't want us to know.
That BloodBorne is so impressive and so hyped that actually being able to go in and change the time zone of the entire planet. So from the 12th of the 3rd, 2024, we're now doing 27-hour days just because BloodBorne Remastered's happening.
Well, I hope for all of you BloodBorne lovers out there,
I enjoyed it. It was fun.
I know, like I'm saying, I'm not trolling here. I hope it's good news and it's finally something that you want, As Ben Starr said, it's criminal that PC has a 60 FPS version working of BloodBorne and PlayStation still doesn't.
Yeah.
I think that says it all.
Ben Starr needs to be protected. He is amazing.
He has really risen to fame, hasn't he?
Yeah.
But he really did put himself out there. He really did do his... I really like those skits he did. Like the Mario one and stuff. They were quite cool. You hate BloodBorne?
Now he's doing that cool D&D thing, so...
So, the Video Game Awards is coming. And do you know what that means? More Microsoft rumors.
Oh, okay.
We can't have any good things coming from the world of Microsoft. So, you're probably going to see a wave of insiders coming out. I mean, I haven't heard anything personally, but you're going to see a wave of insiders coming out of the woodworks. They've all been waiting for this right moment to come out and start making these, they could be doing this and they might be doing this and they potentially could be so-called doing this. It's all going to come out of the woodworks. It's all coming out and it's already started.
I mean, Microsoft has its own showcases to announce stuff, so I really don't think there'll be anything, but we'll see. Who knows? I'm excited to react to the... can we apply to co-stream it yet? Because I still haven't found that.
Yes, you can.
Okay, I'm going to have to look to apply to be an official co-streamer again.
I don't even think you need to apply. Let me...
You always had to, previous years.
Or maybe you do. Let me go to the thing. Let me go to the website.
I just haven't found the website to apply yet.
But yeah,
if you apply, then you can become then you get drops when you yeah.
Yeah, because I'm a co-streamer. I've already applied. So if you go to watch at the top, and you go down. Did I miss it? I probably missed it. Okay. I mean, okay. Yeah, I totally missed it. Should have gone to Specsavers. You fill out that form and off you go. I will send you this link on Discord now. But I will be streaming this on the 12th as well. So that is Q.
I will also be streaming it and reacting. But watch Chaos's one. It'd be better.
Hmm?
Seriously.
We can chat offline and maybe kind of see if we can
Probably.
sync it.
I
If
have
that's
a
working.
partner that we joke about on the show, so
Oh, fair enough.
I think so.
See, chat, he's just abandoned
Normally, I
me
would say
already.
yes, but we basically take the whole show and just take the piss out of it. So we'll see.
These Storm,
I'm
I have
surprised.
not.
Yeah. But thank you for the link.
You are welcome. But yeah, so Forza is basically now being tooted around as the game that's gonna be next on the shopping list. Whether it is or not, who knows? I don't know.
So
But
we can talk after stream because we'll see if because it's so late this year. We'll see if they can make it because it's like at midnight this year, isn't it?
yeah. Have a
So
good
we'll
night,
see.
Powerboss.
Because they're also English, so
And happy Thanksgiving, dude. What time does it start?
midnight, right?
Is it midnight?
I think it's this year, right? I think I think it's later this year than normal.
Yeah.
12:30 a.m.
Oh, it's gonna be one of those ones again. All right, chat. You all know what's gonna happen. Just like last time, it's gonna go until like 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm gonna be like,
I'm a pony. Have you seen the medieval remake in Skyrim? No, because I don't like Elder Scrolls games, really.
link it to me in Discord if you want me to put it on thing and have a look. Now, there was one more thing that I wanted to talk about before. I don't have... Yeah, this one here. Now, I made a video on this, but I don't know what it means. I've got my own speculation on what it could mean. But I think this will make more sense soon, and that is what a lot of people are saying, the media now. Because apparently the media were given a device, a specific device to test out that should be revealed at the Game Awards. Now,
Okay.
my assumption from someone that I've spoken to is that it's the controller. You know, the one that they showcased? Let me show you guys which one it is.
It's gonna be like a Stadia controller.
Kind of. It's the
Oh,
one...
Samsung podcasts are being terminated from December 1st. That sucks.
This one. Something similar to
Okay.
this. Play Anywhere, Xbox Wireless 2, Direct to Cloud. So,
Yeah, so
It's-
like the Stadia controller.
yeah. So it's rumored that this is going to be what's revealed.
Yeah.
This one has precision haptic feedback, VCA haptics, double the speakers, accelerometer. It's a nice controller. Lots
Yeah.
of lift to wake. So I'm guessing, and this is from ages ago, so there may be some changes, but I'm guessing there's going to be more goodness to it now that it never released with the upgraded console. So my guess is that it's this.
Yeah, I'd say so. That seems reasonable.
I don't think it's the Android app. The Android app is going to go through. I can't see Google really stopping that.
Because this is an evolution of the Fire Stick, right?
Essentially, well, kind of, yeah. I mean, what this will do, this controller in theory, is whether you've got a phone, a tablet, a TV, pretty much how Stadia worked, this will just connect direct to the cloud and get you playing straight away. It will kind of like store your profile, I guess, unless it's going to be through like a button configuration that Stadia did when you went to the screen. But if not, if there's like a memory bank in there where it can store your profile details, so when you log into the cloud, and if it's logged in as like Chaos Prime myself, it'll instantly recognize and off you go. So I think it's this, because that kind of makes sense with the whole, this is an Xbox, because now you have one controller that, without any real hassle or effort, connects to everything. That one controller plays everything.
Yeah. It would be interesting to see how they price it, though. And yeah, Paul Harris, Cal, so this controller connects to your Samsung, but keeps you, everything.
Yeah, correct. And if you put
I agree
on your...
Susanna, it has to be cheap enough.
Yeah, the price point has to be right.
£70, do you think?
I think that's reasonable.
I think 100. It should be £70 or £100, but if it's £100, it includes 3 months of cloud.
I mean, I can see them doing that, throwing in 3 months of Game Pass, or 1 month of Game Pass or something. They'll throw in the Game Pass with it because it makes sense to throw Game Pass with it, right? Because this is pretty much for the cloud, so it's going to make sense to do that, and they'll probably do bundles with the Fire Stick, bundles with a TV, or other stuff that can use it. Hey, Solar Cord.
I wish my monitor could use it. I don't think my monitor has Bluetooth, which sucks. It doesn't need to. It connects to the cloud. It doesn't connect to the device. It connects to the cloud, like Stadia did. So how does it connect to your device?
It doesn't.
And how does it broadcast it?
Through the servers. It connects directly to the server. Okay. Just like
But how does your screen have the device? How can you see the game?
I don't know the technology. This is what I'm telling you now.
It says Bluetooth.
No, the Bluetooth.
The device itself. It says Bluetooth.
So you can connect it to your Xbox.
Yeah, or to your TV, or to your laptop.
Or you can connect direct to the cloud.
But no, the direct to cloud will connect to the servers, and then the Bluetooth will connect to your console.
Yeah, if you want to play it on the Xbox, you can use it through Bluetooth.
Yeah.
But if you're playing it on like a TV or anything like that, just like you did with Stadia, that would connect directly to the cloud. Your Stadia controller didn't connect to your TV. It connected to the Google servers. And that's why the latency was so good. It was basically, the satellites around in orbit? It was literally bouncing off those to get to where it needed to get to. Which was really cool tech. Like, Stadia was really ahead of its time.
Yeah.
If they continued on the trajectory that they were going...
I mean, you might hate Sony, but Sony was pretty ahead of its time when they got Galka and all that lot. Like, Sony really pushed cloud.
I think they were just a bit too early.
Yeah.
Cloud just wasn't feasible back then.
Yeah.
I mean, when I say ahead of its time, the technology that Google had with Stadia was really, really good. And outside of the early tests when they came out the gate stumbling, in terms of latency, it was amazing. I really liked Stadia. Like, it was my go-to for cloud. It was better than GeForce Now. I can say that comfortably. Having used both, Stadia was just superior. It was number one. But they just shit the bed. And they could, they couldn't maintain it. And I think this method of connecting just means that it can connect to anything, because it's not connecting to the device, it's connecting to the satellites through the cloud and going straight there. So it's bypassing the middleman and going straight to the source to give you that better latency.
I've heard of the Phantom, Paul, but I don't remember anything
effect?
about it.
I don't know. I mean, this is an old picture, right? This is like from when the FTC when Microsoft fumbled, the leaks. I have heard of Phantom. That is that 2D
it was an interface system.
Oh wait, is he talking about the video game or?
He's talking about the console.
Console Phantom. Let me see.
Yeah, it was basically a PC. from what I can tell. Suppose it was at QuakeCon 2004, but it's just a laptop that looked like a console. Oh, it was a collab with Alienware. I remember Alienware stuff with yeah.
I don't remember.
Because didn't Alienware want to make a console?
I remember the name, but I don't remember what it looked like, and I can't see here. I remember Engage. I had one.
Oh yeah. To be fair, I still have my Sony Xperia Play.
So this could be it. But all I know,
I'm jealous,
is that the media were given a device, and after being given that device, the media's response was this. I'm guessing that's all they were allowed to say.
Yeah. You know what? If it's because my internet's getting improved, hopefully soon, maybe. Fingers crossed. I'll probably pick this up so I can play some Xbox games via the cloud.
Why not?
Because possibly, maybe my internet's getting better. Possibly.
I hope so.
Possibly chaos. They're fitting the lines on the street, and I talked to them, and they're like, "Oh, they should be activated in 6 months." So,
I'll show you what's going to actually happen. I'll show you what's actually going to happen.
Xperia Play phone to help play PS1, PSP. I never hacked my phones because I got too nervous to do stuff like that.
So, this is what's actually going to happen, Chille.
Okay.
Let's see.
What's going to happen?
Chaos
is going to buy me an Xbox. Sorry.
Hey, if we hit 10,000 this year, I probably would have, but we didn't.
No, if I hit 10,000 this year, I had to buy you one.
But this is what's going to happen. That's your internet line.
What's that?
That's where you live. It's going to bypass yours completely.
Yeah. You know what? I wouldn't be surprised with how everything has been. Yep, that's probably what's going to happen.
Internet's just going to go, bypass that building, off we go, and continue.
Like, currently, right? Down the road from me, they've basically done this already, right? Like, about 2 miles from where I live, right? There's 1 gigabit line. Over the bridge where I live, there's a 1 gigabyte line. I am just in this one square area where they've just gone round. In fact, they put the lines in like 2 years ago from Virgin. Virgin put the lines in, just never turned them on. They're there. They've just never been turned on. So.
Wait, you guys, can you see what I'm posting? Yeah, you can.
No, I can't see it on the channel. I can see it on the channel, but on your YouTube, I can't see it on my StreamYard.
Yeah, you won't see it on StreamYard. Fun story. So, where I used to live in Avowed, long street, about 40, 50 houses, right?
Yeah.
So you got houses all across here. This is the road, right? God, I can base it. And you got houses all across here. There's one property right here.
Okay.
Out of all the properties here, literally like 100 properties, this one property gets no TV signal, the worst mobile reception. When I say no TV signal,
that is weird.
You literally cannot watch TV. There's BBC signals, ITV, none of them work, even through digital.
Oh, wow.
And that's where I lived for 10 years.
Wow. Oh.
I mean, come on. Like, my next door neighbors, no problem. The person directly opposite me, no problem. But the property that I lived in could not get British TV. It couldn't get BBC One. It couldn't get ITV. Nothing.
And nothing of value was lost.
And that's when I turned around and said...
And yet you still got... I bet you still got sued for not having a TV license.
No, I actually stopped paying it.
Okay.
And
okay, good.
They turned around and... They came around a few times and I said, try tune it yourself. They came in, they couldn't do it, and they said, okay. Fair enough. I literally couldn't get it. And so after not having British TV for 10 years, when I came here, we just don't watch it. We don't use terrestrial TV at all. Literally, all our entertainment now is done through, Amazon Prime, Netflix, and, the likes. We just don't use TV anymore. And so we don't pay for TV license.
I don't use TV, but I still pay my license because I'm a sucker. And I basically pay £120, was it £130, £140 a year? Where is it now? I pay £140 a year just to watch Doctor Who once every year when the new season is out. If there's a new season, I'm literally paying my TV license for that.
In America. What speed am I on now, Paul? 50 meg. Or is it 60 meg?
I'm paying for 77, but I'm currently getting... 1 second, let me go double check.
Oh yeah, I'm paying for 75 or 76, but I'm actually getting 55 meg.
Oh, I'm getting 45 tonight, Chaos. That's high. Yesterday I was at 27.
Oh shit, that's bad. That's bad. But I'll tell you what.
I was at 33 most of yesterday.
I've experienced a gigabit connection for years. Yeah. And coming back to disconnection, it's horrible. It's horrible. I'm telling you. Once you experience the good life,
£59 a month.
Why don't you just go with Now TV? They're probably cheaper.
I mean, I could probably get cheaper because I'm with TalkTalk, so I could get a contract renewal, but I really don't want to worry about. Yeah.
Well, I'm not on a contract. I'm on a monthly tariff, and I pay £35. As in a rolling monthly tariff. I can cancel anytime I want.
I might have to look into that because I kind of want to. I'm paying like £60 a month nearly with everything.
Yeah, no, this is like £30, and if you want a telephone for whatever reason, it's like £10 more. But who wants a telephone?
No.
But yeah, so this is Xbox. This will make soon enough. And I think there's going to be it'll be interesting to see at the Game Awards what this announcement is. I think they're going to wait until the Game Awards to make the announcement. No point in me getting Starlink. It's available in this area, but I don't know how long I'm going to be in this property. I could be here for another week, or I could be here for another 6 months. I don't know. It's temporary accommodation. So I kind of have to just use what I get.
I live in a rented accommodation, so I would probably have to also ask the landlord about that. So, and I'm too lazy. So.
You have to hide from the NHK guy. 2 gigabits. FFDP with E. Nice. That's crazy.
Yeah, you can just bring it with you with Starlink. It's not like the old Sky dishes.
No, it won't be the next generation.
Remember those?
It won't be the next console. I know Boom thinks that they're going to announce the new handheld console, but Microsoft have already said that.
And I already told people that'll be next year if it's anything.
Yeah, but like Microsoft's already said. I mean, Phil already said it's a few years away. So I don't understand why people think.
I told you that, but you said no. You said that Sarah Bond will be said it'll be announced at the end of the year.
That's what she said.
And I told you no. But nobody listens to the pony.
I mean, there's good reason for that.
Which is smart. Please don't listen to the pony.
There's a good reason for that. There's always good reason for that. But the last topic I guess I wanted to talk about, unless there's anything else anyone wants to have a discussion on, is this situation with Avowed. And Microsoft has gone silent. I'm not going to go into it too deep because, clearly there are...
Oh God, is Chille a pony? It's in the description. Yes, I am a pony.
I literally said our resident pony or something to that effect in the description.
Yeah, I did find that funny. I was like, oh, look, he's talking about how cool I am. And then 5 seconds later, pony. I'm like, oh, okay. which is fine. I accept it.
That's a bit
Okay,
too
bye.
That's a bit too much on the nose.
Yeah, it's a little.
That's a bit too much
You
on
know
the.
what?
Come
I
on.
don't know. It's not that close, really. When I looked at it first, yeah, but then now that I've looked at it, it's not
That's
not
a bit
that
too,
not that close.
That's a bit too
Not
much on
really.
the.
Not really.
I like it though. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Tencent has balls. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Hey, Gorsty. But
Pony chair. I'm a pony chair thief.
look, my stance is this: I don't care about pronouns. Starfield had them, and it didn't bother me because you don't. It's not shoved down your throat. You kind of pick it and you're done with it. Baldur's Gate was probably the wokest game out there, and it was still today one of the most successful games released. Dragon Age, the Veilguard, handled it very, very badly. That game was literally a political statement, and it flopped hard for it.
Yeah.
Right?
But that's not pronouns that did that. That was the game itself.
The game and
Like,
the whole...
I don't get the hate people seem to have on pronouns. Like, I am 37 years old, and in my 37 years, I have filled in many different forms since I was been born. And all of them have had he, him, or she, her, and some of them have they, them. That pronouns and forms have existed since the dawn of time.
I mean...
The only difference is now that there's more of them.
I mean, the forms
and
I filled
some
in
of them
didn't
just
have
say
them.
other. So...
I mean, they just used to be male, female, or other. That was it, really.
Yeah, but still, you still had options that you had to fill in. Male, female is just basically he, him, she, her. So,
But with Dragon Age, in my opinion, they went a little too far. Especially with that, like, I don't care if you're gay, bisexual, trans, or whatever. I've got friends from all courts that fill in those gaps, right? And this isn't in any way disrespecting them because they get pissed off at this as well. I mean, they were really annoyed at the way Dragon Age actually handled, like, you know that scene where the woman, that female, well, it's not a female, they identify as they, them. They came out and said, "I'm non-binary," and even like my friend who, is within the LGBTQ category, got really offended at the way BioWare actually delivered that, because all it's doing is making a statement rather than letting them just play a game. If you've played a game called Secret World, or if you've played like any Elder Scrolls games, you will see that they've got, all, characters from all walks of life. They just don't throw it in your face. It's kind of like integrated into their social society. But the problem with Dragon Age was it wanted to remind you every 5 seconds that they were doing this, and that's why Dragon Age flopped so hard. My issue isn't
it
with...
reminds me... Sorry.
Go on.
It reminds me with the character creator in Dragon Age. Like, I know you're like, oh, it's because you're a male and you're horny, but I remember people posting the fact that the breast size is not big enough.
There
and
was
like,
no breast.
I saw a lot of, like, I saw so many people on my social media that are women that they're like, I can't have a character that represents me because the game developers said the fact that size doesn't exist. When they are clearly people that exist and they want to have their character represent them.
Right. So
couldn't.
Dragon Age went too far. They decided that they were only going to represent one faction of people. And that is why it failed hard.
Which you shouldn't do.
And I think Dragon Age will go down in history as an example of how not to do things. And now the producer came out and started saying that they weren't aware of the direction that people took the character creator and all. It's all bullshit. He fully well knew what he was doing. He was part of the whole thing. There's no way anyone's going to... But Dragon Age was different, but that's a perfect example of how not to do it. Games like Life is Strange, are a good way to do it. That game is pretty much, you know, designed
basically
in
the core of
the core of the game is that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And by the way, Life is Strange 2015, one of the best games I've ever played. You should play it. It's really goddamn good. That's the storyline there is phenomenal. And so my issue isn't with the pronouns. It never was with the pronouns. I do find it weird that a lizard tribe decides that they're going to have pronouns. It doesn't make sense in a fantasy setting. That's my only issue. In a fantasy setting, when you've got creatures of unknown origin, suddenly they got pronouns. It doesn't make sense. It kind of ruins the immersion. But my issue was with the art director, and I think he's done a lot of damage to the game. Now, some of you may have seen my video already, those of you that are members, and it's a fairly long video. So if you're a member, you'll have seen it's like 20 minutes. It comes out to everyone else at 8 a.m. my time tomorrow. But my issue is with the art director.
I'm a member, right?
If you are a member plus, you'll get it early. Member plus gets it early.
I think I'm just a member. I don't think I'm a member plus.
But the dude came out with some really nasty racist remarks to white people. And, you know, the one comment that was really weird is that he turned around and said that he purposefully put these things into the game to piss off Elon Musk. And I'm like, come on, you can't. Why do you have to publicly come out and make stupid statements like these? That doesn't mean they're going to have pronouns, though. So? Spirits Within is amazing. I really enjoyed that movie. I might be the only one, but I really, really liked Spirits Within.
The Final Fantasy movie. I don't think I've ever seen it.
I mean, it's as far from Final Fantasy as you're going to get, but it does have references to it, like Gaia and Chocobos and stuff like that. But I really enjoyed Spirits Within.
And then Final Fantasy 11 saved the company again. So,
but I just feel like, you know, think what you want to think. But if you're going to come out with your profile that says you work for this company, you have this position, you are representing the company. What he did there could potentially cost Obsidian millions. And, you know, I've seen this before in one of the companies I used to work for, where someone decided that they were going to talk about a game that they were the producer of on a sequel and say how bad it was, and it was nowhere near as good as the first one, on their own workstation, and the company then tracked it back to their workstation and then sued them for loss of earnings, which they're still paying back to this day. So that actually happened. It wasn't public knowledge, and I guess maybe I wasn't supposed to know because it happened after I left. But which is why I'm not giving any like actual details out. But that did happen, right? But I think at this point, people have no control. They have no filter. They feel like they can say whatever they want without consequences. And I think there should be consequences. I think he should lose his job. I'm openly saying this. You cannot go out and start making racist remarks with a business account tied to your social media profile and using that to not only promote yourself, because you know that people are going to follow you because you work for that company. And if you are going to do that, there has to be consequences. You can't just do a slap on the wrist and let them bygones, because this is how things get out of hand. So for me, it's not about the pronouns. It never was about the pronouns. It's about that idiot, the art director. He overstepped a boundary. And, you know, the narrative that's going to be thrown now is the only reason that they put in the pronouns is because they wanted to piss off Elon Musk. It could be for, you know, all the right reasons that they wanted to put it in there. It doesn't matter. The narrative's already being set by this clown. But then he decided that he was going to be racist to all white folks, being a white folk, which is weird in itself. I don't understand why white people decide to be racist to themselves. It's crazy. But in my opinion, he's done more damage to the game right now than anyone could have done to the platform. And we've seen in the past with Dragon Age, Flint Rock, and other games, Unknown 9, any game that's had any form of whatever these people want to call woke or whatever. Some games that don't even have any wokeness to them. Like Unknown 9 has almost I couldn't find a single aspect of that game being woke. What, just because you control an Indian? That's crazy. It actually is part of the story. It's part of the region that you're in. So there was nothing, but because SBI helped with the story, it was instantly targeted. You know that this is happening. And you're going to come out and say stupid shit like that? He's hurt the game more than anyone could hurt the game, and I think there should be consequences. That is literally my only issue with Avowed. I'm looking, Avowed is going to be, I hope, a good game. And I really hope for the other employees that are working there, the game is a success. Because that one idiot could potentially cost so many people their jobs. And that's not fair on all the other people who have spent years of their life working on that game to deliver something good. They don't deserve that. They are proud of what they've created, and they're hoping that it's going to be a success. But one bellend came out and is on a mission. I mean, he openly said that he wants people to replace his job so he can go back and live in the trees. So fire him so he can go and live in the trees and hug those trees like he wants to. He clearly wants to do that, so let him live out his dream. But I think he needs to be set an example of. And I think if they do that, the reputation that's currently going around right now might heal. But he has done some serious damage to the brand. What do you think, Chille?
Well, there's not much I can say. I think you've pretty much covered everything there. Basically.
But do you agree? Not agree?
I think I kind of agree. And I'm okay, Paul. I believe there should be punishment for your actions. So.
Exactly.
That's my view on it. That's all I'm going to say.
Because I've got great friends who, are, lesbians, they're trans, really cool friends that are really genuinely down-to-earth, really nice people. Some of the best people you'll ever meet.
Yeah, I don't think I've really met anyone that's in the LGBTQI community that's ever been mean to me in my life.
I have.
Or at least, okay. I don't think I've met. Okay.
Especially when I asked one of them out.
To be mean.
Especially when I asked one of them out when I didn't know that they were gay.
I mean, I did that once, but then we ended up being friends because we realized that I didn't know. But But I say that, but also in a nice. They can be mean sometimes, but just in a friendly way. I've been. I know that sounds weird, but you know what I mean by that. Sometimes friends are just like to give each other jabs.
But my position, I'm not going to not play it because of that one dickhead. Because it's not fair on the people that poured their heart and soul who are now being affected by that one idiot. But I do believe that your actions should have consequences, like you said, Chille. And I do believe that an example, at this point, there are too many people coming out and doing this shit. And examples need to be set so people can stop doing this shit.
But the problem is, as soon as you do that, then they'll blame that they've been targeted because of the fact that they're, it's a minefield.
The evidence is there. The evidence is there. They can cry all they want. The evidence is there. Once you put a stupid remark on the internet, it's there forever. Trust me. I know.
Yeah, it will never go.
No. Remember? And there it is. That will be there forever. Do you remember Gaz's Phil Spencer sing-along that's being used even to this point 2 years later after the acquisition. They are still mocking him for it and using it against him forever. The internet remembers. You got Red Dragon, who constantly cusses and disses, what is it, Game Pass. Yet, back in the day when he was an Xbox fan, Blockbuster Video was his best friend, and there was another one that actually came along. I think it was Gamefly or something like that actually offered a better deal in rental services. And so he was like there every week renting games. So he was doing what Game Pass is doing now. Back in the day when you had to go and get the games physically and bring them back physically. So the internet remembers. It never not remembers, right? Let me see if I've got that clip. Let me see if I've got it, because I think I might have it. Because the internet never forgets. I will have to
bounce soon, no.
Yeah, I'm almost finished anyway, but yeah. The internet never, ever forgets. And that's the beauty.
And the scary part of the internet as well.
Well, yeah.
You say beauty, but it's also the
it is a scary part, yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't forget. It will always, always remember. And that is just the way it is, because that is the internet. So if you say stupid shit, there are consequences. And that is just a fact of life. But I know it's going to come up, and I thought it might come up today, so I wanted to just talk about it quickly, because, in my opinion, the dude made such a huge...
Oh, that sucks, Paul. You shouldn't be attacked for something like that.
What's that?
Alex is openly bi. He gets abused more than you know. I've sent him messages to ask if he's okay. That would suck. You should not be... Yeah.
Nah, Alex is fine. I know he does, but he takes it on the chin. He how can I say? He kind of invites it to himself, and I think that's his way of coping with it more than anything, if that makes sense. He turns it into kind of like a meme, so it doesn't bother him. At least that's the way I understand it, from the way he kind of puts himself out there. And, you know, that is one way of handling it, but no one deserves that. No one. Yeah, it turns out I don't have it anymore, which is fine. But, you know, it is what it is. But it is Thanksgiving, and it is getting late. And Avowed, in my opinion,
I have another podcast to get ready for.
Oh yeah, you do. Avowed is going to be a great game, I'm hoping, and I really wish the game all the success it can have. I am going to be playing it because I am looking forward to it. I hope the game is going to be good. I hope it's going to be for me. I'm not really into my Western RPGs, but it is going to be a game that I am going to play regardless, out of respect to the other developers and, you know, the team that poured their heart and soul into the game, because it's unfair on them for one arsehat to ruin it for everyone else. And, you know, them losing their jobs over this one idiot, Matt Hansen, is not fair, in my opinion. And who knows? Maybe one day me and Ona and Alex will actually collab. One day, just not today. Well, Chille, do you want to plug yourself?
Sure, if you don't mind.
I mean, that sounded so wrong.
Yeah.
That sounded so wrong after talking about all this.
I don't think we can do that on YouTube, but if that's how I had to, guys, this is why I had to sign up. Guys and girls, that's why I had to agree to be on this podcast, on this show. on the stream. I had to agree to plug myself.
Is Aldi involved in this? Nah.
The plug in myself? Nah, I go to Marks and Spencer's.
What happened to Devastator? Oh, you sent me a vid? Sorry, I wasn't...
But no, I'm Chille. I stream on twitch.tv/Moogle Radio, my Fantasy 14 content. But also, I do Dragon Ball and anime-related content over on Holified Saiyan. Mostly Dragon Ball currently, but I hope to cover some Bleach games in the future. I'm also hoping to cover the Dragon Ball League of Legends game that comes out. So yeah, you can find me on Holified Saiyan Gaming. I think you can click a link in the description. And
yes,
thank you to Chaos, by the way. Thanks to Chaos, we've hit over 50 subscribers. We're at 53 subscribers. And I'm actually very close to 20k views, which is crazy for like a month-ish.
That's really good.
A month and a half, I think. Yeah. Most of it's shorts, so...
Doesn't
the
matter,
shorts
man.
have carried me. But I'm still getting like 8 to 20 views per video, which is... For having 50 subscribers, is actually quite crazy numbers when I look at some of the other subscriber counts to views. So yeah, thank you to everyone that's come over to support. I've seen a few people from Chaos's community come over, so thank you so much. And thank you as always to Chaos for having me on. I had a lot of fun.
You're welcome, dude. I know you're in...
And thank you to the chat for being so welcoming as well. Seriously,
do...
thank you everyone, and thank you Chaos.
You're more than welcome, my dude. I know you're in a bit of a pickle to jump off so you can go and thing. Devastator wanted us to check out a video, so while you are gone, I will do that. So I know because you're restricted on time today. So if you have time, feel free to stay. We'll check out one of these videos, and if not, feel free to jump ship.
Yeah, I'm probably just going to bounce now, and I'll still be here. But I'm planning. I've still got to get stuff planned. So, yeah, I will be part of the audience again. So yeah, thank you everyone. If you're not liked this video and if you're not subscribed, please hit the like. Please hit the subscribe. Please leave a comment down below if you're watching this as a VOD. Thank you everyone, and stay safe, everyone.
All right. So we're
God, maybe I should stay around.
There is another one that I wanted you to watch. But I don't know if you can handle it. It's called Final Fantasy 14 fanboys believe that their game will save Square Enix.
I mean, it has. We don't need to believe.
That's the video title. So chat, I mean, if you're staying, we can have you react to that one.
Give me... I will listen. I can... Give me a few minutes, okay? I need to go do something. But right. I can listen, but I won't be able to talk. Because I'm a little bit peckish, actually, so I wanted to put something on to eat before the podcast.
Yeah.
So I've put something in the air fryer, so I just need to turn it around.
Chat, do you want to see Chille rage? Are we going to have Chille rage?
A couple of minutes. Okay.
All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with this one. And then when Chille is back, we're going to have him rage.
Dreamcast Guy here, and a quick and dirty video because a very strange piece of breaking news has just come out, which is that Shuhei Yoshida, one of the original people at PlayStation, pretty much the OG of OG, he was PlayStation's president for a long time. He was one of the original cheerleaders of the whole PlayStation project at Sony. He's quitting. And I guess it's not too big of a shock because, you know, he's pretty up there in years, but it does feel like the tone of the internet. A lot of people are just sad because PlayStation as a relatable brand, as a face company, it's definitely begun to pivot. It does feel like ever since Reggie Fils-Aimé stepped down, a lot of these companies used to have like a spokesperson, an actual human person that said, here's our games, here's why they're best, here's why you should buy them. And with the leaving of Shuhei, it does feel like that face love personality has kind of left PlayStation with him. But let's take a look at the announcement, and I want to look at his statement to see what he's saying about his own incredible legacy. But let's get into it. Hi, hope you're having a great day, and if you could please give this video a like and subscribe if you haven't already. So I'm definitely being a giant
So we're a minute in and he said nothing.
jerk right now because I actually have friends at my house. We're having a retro game day, and I snuck upstairs to film a video. So extra quick and dirty video. But here it is. Shuhei Yoshida has announced he is leaving PlayStation on January 15th, 2025. Now, a lot of the replies are like, who is left? And I feel like this is an
No one. The whole of the old guard is gone. Herman Holst was from Gorilla, right? So there's literally no one left. The last two remaining was Jim Ryan and him.
interesting thing. I feel like it's been a long time since we've seen someone so universally loved the way that Shuhei is, especially at PlayStation. For a lot of people, he's not.
Wait, are you saying Phil Spencer and Satya Nadella aren't loved by Xbox fans globally, all round unanimously? Are you saying that they're not worshipped?
Just the face and the voice of Sony, but a lot of people think of him as that first guy who really came out and said,
fair, though,
hey,
Nadella,
PlayStation is going to kick ass. Oh man, it's
Phil Spencer,
actually
though.
Jover
That's
for
different.
PlayStation in terms of having a face.
Sorry, I'm shut.
Are you back now?
No, not really. I just heard that and I had to comment.
All right.
Because
That
my
people
pony senses were
actually kind
tingling.
of like, because yeah, I guess there are corporate bigwigs, there's people that can talk into a microphone, but he is that guy who felt like a friendly bro that I definitely would love to game with. I mean, he used to go and take people out to dinners and stuff like that, like Greg Miller and stuff. I don't know. It was cool that he seemed like a guy who was happy to be on the PlayStation team. Yoshida was the last key PlayStation figure who was truly this sympathetic and above all human. He was someone whose love for video games you could genuinely believe this is too bad. Man, especially the Metal Gear Solid freaking stuff, man. Sick. Okay, there's nobody good left anymore. A lot of people are being kind of bleak. End of an era. Gosh damn. Sucks to see, because in recent years he's been helping indies out when PlayStation used to be pretty hostile to them, as well as being one of the few PlayStation veterans left. But
That's a good point, because Sony has historically been very, very nasty to indies and given them very nasty contracts, placed them in really horrible positions and, unfavorable places. But he was one of the people that actually went, and made things happen within the indie scene, and he actually achieved quite a bit. And I think he's going to be a tremendously big loss for PlayStation. I think it's going to be a great acquisition in February for Microsoft, but for now, he's going to be a tremendous loss for PlayStation.
I guess Sony's trying to flush all of that out now. So obviously last year I made a video talking about it, but in October we saw that the previous president stepped down, and now Herman Holst and another gentleman, there's now a co-lead of PlayStation. They're basically trying to think of it more of a team brand instead of just a singular figurehead.
Well, no, they don't have anyone that can actually run the company altogether. So they've had to pick two people to run it. One for the hardware and one for the software. They don't have anyone like Jim Ryan that could do everything in one go. Not smart enough.
And Shuhei Yoshida for the last 3 years, for the last 5 years, I think it's 5 years now, he's been the head of PlayStation Indies. His job, and he seems to absolutely love it. If you followed him on Twitter or Blue Sky or whatever, the guy would basically play and test and beat pretty much every single big indie, and personally would go, hey, this is great, here's why it's great, here's why you should play it. And it was interesting to have a guy that clearly did seem to love his job, which in gaming you'd think it'd be more ubiquitous, but it definitely seems to be a bit of a lost art to be that passionate. But let's actually take a look at this PlayStation blog post.
And that's a testament to Yoshida, right? Shuhei really did love what he did. And even in his interview, his exit interview that he had, where he basically said he just wants more free time and to be able to do what he loves. He actually said that I still want to do what I love, which is help those indie companies out and find those gems and bring those amazing experiences to more people. And my guess is that Sony basically said, you know what, we don't have the budget for this anymore. We don't have the money to be able to give it to you. And since considering he was relegated down the podium anyway, the only real option for him was to move on.
All good things. A look back at Shuhei Yoshida's 31 years of PlayStation. Now, I'm not going to read all this, but man, I'm glad they went so in depth. I'm glad they're really patting this dude on the back and letting him take his victory.
I'm super happy with this guy. He's a legend. I'm not going to read this interview though. Fuck that. He ain't that important. He doesn't mean that much to me. He's only, the guy behind the whole PlayStation legacy. But you know what? I'm going to make a whole video talking about him and his historic feats and what he did for PlayStation. But screw reading about his life and history and, why he's moving on and stuff. We ain't got time for that shit.
Victory lap, because he does deserve it. If you've listened to the PlayStation podcast over the last 14 years, then you've definitely know Shuhei Yoshida, perhaps best known for his lengthy turn as president of PlayStation during the PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4 generations. Yeah, he was president of PlayStation for like 12 of the 31 years, I think. Yoshida-san has spent the past few years energizing independent developers as head of indies at PlayStation. With PlayStation's 30th anniversary arriving next week, I got some time to catch up with Yoshida and his career, his plans for the future, and his top games to pick across the 30 years of PlayStation. Man, you were one of the first guests on the PlayStation podcast, probably 14 years ago. I feel like the word podcast didn't even exist 14 years ago. That's so insane. What have you been up to?
No, it did.
I've been traveling a lot.
Someone who did podcasts for 14 years. It existed.
I did it for 15. Just saying. It just wasn't on YouTube. It was just shouting at my screen in Call of Duty.
I think I was on the podcast called Derailed at the time before I took over.
Did it live up to its name?
Yeah. Yeah, it did.
Been all over the place. I've been to Brazil, India, Australia, Switzerland, visiting developers, game events, looking at all these new games from developers, and tweeting about the games that I like throughout the year. Man, I want to scroll down here. Let me see what games he's talking about. You've been with Sony Interactive Entertainment for so long. What's guiding this decision and the timing? I feel like this is the crucial question. So we're going to read this and then maybe one more. And then I got to get back to the party because I'm being a jerk. If my friends see this video, I promise I'm coming back downstairs in a second. Okay.
No way. He did it. No way. My dude's at a party. He literally pulled a King Fresh. He's at a party right now.
I've done worse.
And he's actually gone to make a video. And then
I've been with PlayStation from the beginning, and this is my 31st year with PlayStation. And when I hit 30 years, I was thinking, it may be time for me to move on. The company's been doing great. I love the PlayStation 5. I love the games that have been coming to the platform.
That's crazy,
and we have a new generation of management who I respect and admire. So I'm excited for the future of PlayStation. PlayStation is in really good hands, and I thought, okay, this is my time. Now, there has been some rumblings that Herman Hulst, specifically, he was the head of PlayStation games for a long time. He was previously the CEO of Guerrilla. He helped make stuff like Killzone and Horizon Zero Dawn and stuff. There has been talks that he has been more hands-on with what PlayStation has been up to, and some people think this is him pushing people out. I don't see it that way, but it does seem like certain people, some of the older big dogs, perhaps are in a position now where they're like, okay, I don't need to constantly be stirring the pot. Now I can just let the flavor simmer. The people have the right idea in mind. It is sad, though, because honestly, it's hard to purely put this on the shoulders of Shuhei, but man, the PlayStation 3 and the PlayStation 4 generations were so freaking good that the idea of the personal shepherd of those generations is gone from the industry, from PlayStation.
I disagree with the PlayStation 3, but the 2 and 4 were great. 3 only started to get better towards the end, but 2 and 4 were great machines. They had really good games.
It does feel like such a crazy, crazy pivot. Man. Man. It's wild. Yeah, talking about Kim.
I've only got a few minutes, so I'm going to have to bounce now. Maybe next time.
Yeah, I'll save it for next time.
Have a good night, everyone.
Take it easy, dude.
Kutaragi, the father of PlayStation. Let's look at that in the video. Ken Kutaragi is often called the father of PlayStation. What was it like working at the company back in those days, before the original PlayStation even came out? Yeah, so when I joined PlayStation, it was still just...
Man, Ken Kutaragi, I haven't heard that name in years. I still see him posting on social media every so often, I think. But I haven't heard that name in years.
The department. Ken's team was doing the development, and there was another team called under Sony Music Entertainment making games for Super Nintendo, and that was another small team preparing to make stuff for the PlayStation. So these two teams merged, Ken's team under PlayStation and Saito team under Sony Music, to create Sony Computer Entertainment in November of 1993. When the company was established as a joint venture, we held a party and everybody was in one hotel room. I remember we had about 80 people total. It was very, very small. God, I feel like something people kind of forget now in the current age of bloat and big games with microtransactions and 1,000-man development teams and 5-year dev cycles is how much seat of the pants everything was back in the day. Like right now, actually, me and my friend, what we're doing is we're playing Silent Hill. We've decided we're going to beat the original Silent Hill. We're having like a PlayStation 1 themed night tonight. And while we're playing it, we keep just marveling.
Wait, first he's at a party. Now he's just playing games with his friend. I feel like I've been bamboozled. There's no party. I feel like there is no party here. I feel like I've just been lied to. I've been deceived.
About the fact that Silent Hill 1 was made in pretty much 1 year, from the cutscenes to the music to the story to the graphics to the gameplay. I almost kind of miss that era of PlayStation, of just figuring it out. Small teams, lots of passion, crazy amounts of just raw effort. And I do feel like Shuhei Yoshida very much reflected that. Shuhei, you're not going to see this video. You're a busy guy, but I mean, you do spend time on YouTube. If you see this, man, the biggest salute to you, sir. If anybody deserves...
He ain't watching it.
...deserves the biggest gratitude, the biggest send-off, the biggest hurrah, it is you, man. Enjoy your retirement or whatever you do now.
He isn't retiring. He's already confirmed he's not retiring. He's going to Xbox on February.
Next, you have definitely earned that victory lap. But I got to get back to Silent Hill. You guys rock. Thanks for watching. Tell me what you think in the comments down below. And if you...
Clearly his friends in Silent Hill. But now that Chille's gone, the one that I was going to play will have to wait until he is next on the show. But there is a specific video that I do want him to react to, because it will be quite amusing to see his, the way he reacts to it overall. But I think really there isn't anything else to... I mean, that was I don't even know how I feel about that video. He has no friends. But guys, I think that's going to be it for me for tonight. I know you guys are itching to get to your food because it's Thanksgiving. And I don't want to hold you any longer with me waffling. So I am going to call it a night, and I want you all to have an amazing Thanksgiving. For those of you that are celebrating it, eat, drink, be joyous, have a merry night, and I wish you all the best on this joyous day for you all. Yes, I did see that, Paul. And with that, I wish you all a good day, night. Remain legend, folks. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you're new to the channel, or if you're here, do hit that like button. It really helps the channel. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Peace out. I hope you enjoyed the show, folks. And once again, happy Thanksgiving. Peace out.